on? What is up, everybody? This beautiful Sunday, we are streaming live. And we have some friends joining us. We obviously have our favorite Jaegerists. That is Jacob, that is Heise, that is Storm. And we also have our guy, man, you know, just our day one. Our member of the Attack the Talk Levi squad. And that would be our friend Kyron.
Hi, son.
So what's up? And then we have I Repent
Kyron.
as well joining
I
us. You guys know it. I'm AJ. We have my friends here. And you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting to my left.
Hello, I am Lexi.
Well, hello, Lex. How are you doing real quick?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
Doing very well.
Nice. Love to hear it. So now my next friend.
Hi, my name is Jin Bubai Gawara.
Hey, there you go. AKA
I'm Zach.
Twice.
Hello.
You know what? And
Sponsored by Ocean Water and REI.
there you go. So I want to ask you twice, how are you feeling?
Terribly great.
Yeah, you know what? I'm fired up, but then again, I'm having a crubby day.
Oh,
but you know
wait.
what? I feel
You're
great.
right. You know what? Today's been pretty mediocre, but I'm still feeling fired up.
Woo! Love it. I love it. I was the one that DM'd on Insta. Just Josh. Oh, what's up?
Hello, Josh.
Hell
hello.
yeah. Love
Oh my
it.
gosh, we were literally going to shout you out.
Beautiful. Yeah,
go,
we're
let's
all
go.
fired up here, guys. Again, it's a beautiful Sunday. We hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Hopefully, your weekend has been treating you guys all well.
That's right.
And
Would you like to read about how Heise's weekend went? Because he sent us
Yeah.
a video.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I bought a signed. Wait, whoa! What? From the guy himself, Aaron Yeager? What? Oh my gosh! Whoa!
I am so
Where was
wow.
this at? You gotta elaborate. I say, please tell us where this was. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, I
That
am
is amazing.
so jealous of you
Heise
right now.
has a signed pop figure signed by the man himself, Bryce Papenbrook, who is the English dubbed voice for Aaron Yeager. Whoa! And that is incredible.
And signed
wow.
Inosuke,
You know
of
what?
course.
That's gnarly.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
Can you do an Inosuke laugh?
I don't think so. No.
I think you can.
I feel like-
I think you just, it's just, once you hear
I'd
it,
have
you
to
can
really
mimic.
channel it for
You're
sure,
really
you
good at
know?
mimicking.
And
I think you just need to
that's
hear
why,
it.
you know, I'm a female titan. My ability is
That's your
mimicry.
mimic. You're the
Yes,
female
mimicry.
titan?
Yes, I am the female titan, guys. You know what?
I'm the
That's
cartoon.
what it is. Yeah. No, but what I want to say real quick is that, you know, because Heise says that he would love to be Shoto, love to be Dabi. Obviously, everybody would love to be those characters, even though they have terrible childhoods, but
That's what makes him so
But
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes them who they are, right? I mean, this episode, the name of what we're calling this stream is the end of family trauma. And guess what? Those two characters, Shoto and Dabi, have a lot of it. But
Yeah.
And it's
They just happen to be in the same family.
Same family, you know?
Family.
Yeah,
Spoiler,
same
sorry.
family. But here's the thing, though, is that so kind of going back to what I was mentioning earlier, me and Zach were kind of talking about just like different devil fruits and whatnot, right? And the thing is,
God.
even though you want to be such a cool character, I already know if I came across a devil fruit or if I was born with a quirk, it's gonna be some sort of freaking goofy quirk,
Yeah.
goofy devil fruit. You know.
I know exactly what fruit you would get.
Oh
AJ.
my goodness gracious! I can't wait to hear this. What?
You would get the Uta Uta no Mi,
Which is
the music fruit.
the music fruit.
From
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you haven't seen the movie, but it's Uta's fruit.
Okay. So
So-
you're gonna have to tell me, explain what that is. And spoiler alert
You
for
can
anybody
attack
who-
with music. You can like put people to sleep with music. Like,
So I'm like Jigglypuff?
but you can attack with me. Like you can turn your
You're
music.
more like a really skilled DJ.
Yes.
What is this podcast turning to?
No, but you can like
Awesome.
take your music and you can like attack with notes. Make
So you have
little,
like
you can make-
Jigglypuff evolves to Wigglytuff evolves to Uta, right? So that what you're pretty much telling
Yeah.
me right now?
The fact that kind of works.
Yeah, so there you
Yes.
go. All right.
I haven't even seen it. I'm
Perfect.
like, yes.
Yeah, awesome. I haven't seen it either, but all right, cool. Interesting. But my point is that I would love to be Dabi. I would love to be Shoto. Give me those quirks, but then all of a sudden I'm born with like the ability to go ahead and just like
Disintegrate your entire family.
you know, you know, one could only hope, but
Okay.
One can only hope.
But
It's just like-
I just know that I would have some sort of quirk that would just be like, you know, oh my gosh, my quirk is able to go ahead and snap my fingers and my room's clean or something. Which
That's
would be
pretty
like,
good.
it'd be good.
I thought he was going with like a Roy Mustang type of thing. Like,
But
Yeah.
in terms of like ability, in terms of trying to be a hero, that's not going to help anything. But I love it. Repent says, dude, no way. Overhaul's quirk is the most useful. And the thing is, when you think about some of these quirks from some of these villains, and it's like, damn, like those are some really cool quirks.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
it's also like some of them are like you're like built to be a villain type.
But Overhaul doesn't have to really
But
be a
then
villain,
for Overhaul, yeah, he could be using his for like
He could
so much
legit- you could
good.
be the
the same-
world's greatest
Shiggy could be-
doctor.
Yeah,
You know?
he really could.
He's like Law.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good.
But Shiggy could also be a great hero. He could just be like damage control and like he could destroy
Did
like.
you say Shiggy could be a hero?
Yeah. No, like with his quirk.
I don't know. I feel like he was just set up for just
Well, no, like his quirk. His
If it wasn't
could be
one for
used
all
for
that was
other
there-
purposes.
literally decay.
Yeah, but I'm saying like let's just say a building crumbles, right? There's people in the rubble.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're good enough, he can decay every part of the
So he
building.
didn't have
and
to
so that
really
way they can save
channel
the
in his
people.
ability to just like touch something, specifically one thing, so that when the building collapses, it just disintegrates the building, right? And then
Instead
just
of
like
it-
you have the ash and everything just fall on the people instead of
Well, like even if it's
So-
already collapsed and they're underneath the rubble, he can
See,
decay all the
I
rubble.
love it right there. My goodness gracious, Josh, we're on the right wavelength right
He's a
there.
great
Sorry,
demo.
dude. Shiggy was just destined for destruction.
Put him on a demo
man.
team. Crazy.
So what
what
you're
it
saying is that
is.
if Shiggy was good, he'd be a construction worker.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, I hate that. I hate that so much.
He and Cementos.
Instead of a
Hand in
hand,
hand.
it's a hard hat. A hard hat with a hand on it.
That's
Him
an
and
interesting
Cementos
idea,
are
Heise.
literally just two sides of the same coin.
You see Heise's idea for a reality TV show?
I would watch the
Todoroki
crap out of
family?
that.
Way better than the fucking Kardashian family.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it would be so like problematic because it'd be like the camera crew would be at risk all the time.
Can you imagine just endeavors like
Get that damn
get
camera,
the camera out of my face or whatever, you
And
know.
all you
and
just
stuff,
see is
and-
flames. You just hear,
Reality TV, it follows them everywhere.
Oh, you just hear
It
like
wouldn't even
something
need to be
like,
scripted.
combusting in flames, and then the camera just goes dark.
Yeah. Like,
dude,
it was cut short.
I
We
feel
actually
like-
lost all of the video footage because everything caught on fire.
Yeah,
the whole family would have, or the whole camera crew would have to walk around with like a flame retardant suit and just
yeah,
like.
they would have to for sure just take all the precautions just to be able to be around that family. Because think of a lot of different explosions that could happen and all that, different eruptions and whatnot. But all right, guys. Well, welcome again. Today's episode, we will be finishing season 3, episode 9, Ruler of the Walls. This will be part 2 of our episode breakdown and whatnot. And you guys know the drill. I mean, we did a little bit with One Piece when talking about the movie, but we want to give a huge spoiler warning to all of our friends who are not caught up with AOT. I do want to say that we got a pretty damn fucking amazing teaser trailer.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yes.
And
yes.
this is something that came out last Sunday, right?
Yeah.
When we were streaming.
When we were with Vince.
Yeah, and
You guys haven't seen it yet. You guys will see that this.
that'll be this
Friday.
coming week. That's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the episode with Vince, our friend Vince.
Stocked up
Shout
on
out.
episodes.
Yeah.
And
for
yeah.
once.
Well, it's for just it's nice to have a episode on hand for a rainy day.
Yeah.
You never know.
Like an emergency Sunday.
So Josh has a question for us very quickly. How long do you guys usually stream for? Because I can't wait to listen to this back
4
at work
hours.
tonight. Yeah, we go usually 4 to 6 hours.
No.
No. No, we
It's
usually
usually
go
around, like,
at
2.
2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah.
So-
on
Your
Average
average.
is like 2.5.
When we were first doing the podcast and we're trying to focus on one complete episode of Attack on Titan, we found ourselves
In an
like
hour, like-
literally skipping
Cramming it
over. We were
in,
skipping
yeah.
over details. We were trying to just fit everything in, and
we
we
didn't
could
get
have
to
easily
deep dive.
Felt
we could
very rushed.
easily go 4 hours.
I felt like we just basically read the script.
Yeah.
That was
and
it.
that was it.
Yeah, that's it.
We
So
said hi,
so
read the
now-
script, thank you, and that was it.
So now what we do is we go ahead and we split the episodes into different parts and
Actually
and
give
yeah.
an analysis for once.
Yeah, so we can go exactly. We can really break down, really talk in great detail about
So that we don't
certain
have to
moments that
limit
happen. A lot of
our big
foreshadowing
brains.
moments. Oh goodness gracious! Read that line. Read that line. Zach, Shigaraki's behind you.
He's right behind me.
He literally is.
He's literally.
He's
well,
literally- you got
that hand
double,
is ready to.
You got double Shiggies. You got a Joker up there. You got a Venom.
There's another
there's
Shiggy. There's a
Shiggy hand.
plushie.
Yeah, you got
There's
some,
a plushie and
yeah.
a figure.
There's Aaron over to your
Joker.
bottom left.
Scariest of them all is me and AJ in a photo.
There's an overhaul mask.
Overall
right behind
mask. You know, you got some banana chips.
Some
all that
banana
good stuff.
me.
chips.
Some Xbox controllers.
There's a lot of characters behind Lex.
Some incense.
For sure.
Oh, there's.
Yeah,
So
there-
many. There's
It
a
didn't say
Mongol
a
wall of
lot.
characters right there behind.
Hey, there's
Courtesy
me.
of yours
Hey, there's me
truly.
again.
I keep
Hey,
forgetting where my
there's me
camera
again.
is. I keep looking over there thinking that's my camera and that's yours.
That's mine. Yeah. Yours
Mine's
is
right there.
The one that Zach can easily go ahead and block.
yeah. Mine's that one.
Very, very cool, Josh. Thank you so much. Your guys' analysis is
And
really
Zach has
interesting.
a hole
Puts
in
things
his
in
lip.
perspective. Season 4 episodes are going to be long, I bet. Yeah, season 4 is something we've been really thinking about because that's essentially like season 4 is like the culmination, right? We know that. And that's why they're splitting into so many different parts. Can you only imagine how many times we're going to split episodes into parts? Like, literally, we're going to have, like, you know, season 4 episode whatever, and we're going to go like 4 different parts of whatever that episode's going to be because it's going to tie into so much detail.
Or whenever we eventually do the season 4, the hour-long special, that's going to be like 7.
Oh, we'll split that into for sure, like 8 parts.
Yeah.
It'll be an 8-part
That's gonna
series.
have to be its
we
own.
started splitting episodes before AOT did, so they owe us money.
Hey, there you go.
Because we probably only go over like maybe 12 minutes of an episode, like for each
that's
stream.
the thing. When
and
you
we
think
go
about
on for
the episode,
for almost at 12 hours,
Yeah.
2 hours.
the what like exactly have that kind of like perspective of like what we break down in an episode. It's crazy because like I said, it's only like 12 episodes or 12 minutes at a time of an episode. You know,
Even then, we've done some that are like
6
5,
minutes or
6
something.
minutes.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
I was like-
We've done like a 6-minute
Yeah,
one and
because-
still went on for 2 hours.
There was one where I sat down. I was like, cool, let's start it. And someone walked in the room and they watched with me, and like 2 minutes later, I was like, okay, cool, that's all I need.
Yeah.
They were like,
Wait, that's it?
they're like, huh? And I was
Yeah, I was like, that's
like,
all
your
that
episode's
I
not
need.
over. I was like, mine is.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, that's all we're
Our
that's all we're gonna
podcast
cover.
episode is.
Wait, how are you gonna go ahead and cover that 6 minutes in
Like,
2
what are you
hours?
gonna? Oh, I remember there was one of my
have a way
friends.
of
He was
doing
like,
it.
what are you gonna talk for like 30 minutes? And I was like, about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And he was like,
They're like, how?
I was like,
We have
wait,
Q&As, we have polls, we have a little community. We
We
have
have fans, okay?
Yeah, you know, we have friends that join us every week, which is amazing. We
we
really,
have
really
really
love you
bad
guys.
ways of
and
discussing.
you know, we've mentioned it before so many times on past episodes, and you know, we're gonna do it again. But really, you guys are our motivations. We love
Yeah.
streaming live with you guys and being able to talk with you guys live like we're doing now. And you know, to be honest, and it's something we really kind of like just thought about, you know, yesterday. I don't know if we would be still doing this. You know, I don't know if we'd
Yeah.
still be, you know, doing these weekly podcasts, in-depth analysis, you know, if it wasn't for you guys joining us every single
Yeah.
time. And, you know, because really, like I said, you guys are our motivation. You guys really make it so much fun. And, you know, we really love you guys so much.
Yeah.
And you know, hopefully you guys and we get more friends to go and join us along this adventure. And, you know, it's cool that we have friends join us, you know, like, we have Josh now, you know, it wasn't too long when we
Yeah.
had, you know, just Heise, our favorite Jaegerist, you know, Jacob
Yeah.
join us and stuff. And now it's amazing when you guys really go ahead and you know, do these episodes with us, because while you see us on camera, right, you guys are very much a part of this podcast. You guys are part of this AOT family and this awesome community that was created because of just the podcast that we're doing. And we love you guys so much for it. And man, you know, I know I was always looking for a good Attack on Titan, you know, podcast.
Just any more
know?
Attack on Titan content
Yeah.
that we can get.
Give me all
Yeah.
of
But
it.
why not just make it yourself?
So if we could be your fix, then that's awesome. And
Also, I just need to say, yes, I say, join the sub family, sub superiority.
there you go.
yeah,
Well,
because
Heise
Heise says that I threw in the towel and watched the hour part 1 and sub, getting tired of waiting on dub, and RIP King Flock, and the rumbling was cut so short.
Yep. I bet you.
worry.
You know what's funny is that like
We'll
I was
get
kind
more.
of thinking about that too, where I was like, man, I wonder if Jacob watched that part,
Yeah,
realized
to
what
be
happens
like,
to his
sorry.
guy Flock, you know, and again,
King
Flock,
Flock.
he was fighting to the end, you know, no doubt. But man, yeah, it's awesome. We love you guys, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of fun in this episode. Again, this is gonna be an episode where we're gonna be covering a lot of details, a lot of flashbacks, there's going to be moments in this episode where there are going to be a few characters or their lives are essentially flashing before their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be
this is
interesting
for
to
sure
go
a
back
tricky one.
and see memories that are going to lead to, you know, more of the story going forward. And as Lexi mentioned, we do have a Q&A. We do have a poll question to go ahead and talk about. And we're excited to see what you guys said, what your guys' responses are, and how the poll results are. So what do you guys think? Think we're ready to go ahead and
Down,
jump
man.
into it?
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So as usual, Lexi, go ahead and give you the reign now to go ahead and
Thank you.
give us the results.
Actually, before I read the Q&A, I want to read I Repent's. Your guys' analysis is really interesting, puts things into perspective. Season 4 episodes are going to be long, I bet. Yes, what we just talked about. And also, I Repent or Josh also saying, I'm really glad I found you guys. Work was so boring before I found your podcast.
Yeah.
So appreciative and so nice of you, I Repent. Thank you so much. I just wanted to like acknowledge like that is so sweet and so nice.
No doubt, man.
Like,
That's awesome.
We are so appreciative that you are now a part, because you are a part, all of you guys are a part of this podcast. Like you guys are our motivation.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Thank you.
It's always nice to have a good podcast during work.
Yeah.
You know, I must say, for a guy that relies on music and relies on podcasts, it does. It makes the work day, the work week just flow better.
When you find the right
100%.
one and you feel like you could be a part of it and it's something that you're really interested in.
Very cool.
But,
all right.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
What do we got, Lex?
So last week we asked you guys in reference to the OVA episode that we had with our brilliant genius
Literally
Nate.
the brains of the podcast.
Yeah, the
with
brains
our
of the
buddy.
podcast. Yeah,
with
our friend
Nate.
Nate.
NatePlaysBad.
Yeah, we had our OVA, which I was not a part of, but I don't think I would have added much to it because I have never seen One Piece. Because this Q&A is, which straw hat would you want in the
We can get
AOT
into some
universe?
good conversation here.
And why? So,
And why? Ooh. Okay.
Eddie, friend of the show Eddie, responds by saying, I've never watched One Piece, sorry.
No, same boat as you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
same
So
Eddie.
no
I've never
worries.
seen it.
No
but
worries
it's
at
okay,
all.
it just adds more perspective.
One Piece now is just one of those intimidating anime to even try to think about starting, because you know if you start it, it's going to be a long freaking journey.
Now, like I said, I think I've told you this once before. My argument is always, if you really like a show,
Oh my gosh, Kyron.
Hold on, Kyron, you're mistaken, okay? Not the anime. The trash piece is going to be the live action, okay?
Yeah,
So
Trash
it's-
Piece is alive.
You know, you're half right, okay?
Trash.
don't make me disown you. I will disown you.
The anime's good.
Oh,
But-
Josh says that he found us on Spotify. He said that it was one of the first podcasts that came up.
Oh, hell yeah, all right.
Aw, thank you for recommending us, Spotify.
Okay.
But
No,
thanks.
Kyron's starting a revolution.
I know, garbage piece.
No, I'll say this. So, if you have, like, think about your favorite show of all time.
Uh-huh.
Why would you ever want it to end?
I guess, but I mean, there's truth to that, but there's also truth to having a good ending, right? To
And
a
you
good
act like One
story.
Piece won't.
And I don't know. That's too.
We got like five more years. Based on
Kyron, Kyron.
I will disown you.
Anti-One Piece
disown you.
gang.
Alrighty, but
If you
well, the thing is with One Piece, very quickly, I'll go ahead and I'll say this last little bit, and then we can
Oh,
get
you'll
back to the
perfectly
responses.
fit in then, I repent.
But here's the thing, though. With One Piece, there is a certain arc that you got to get through. You got to get past, and then from then on, I feel like that's when things really start picking up. Obviously, in the beginning, you know that you have to get introduced to the characters. You know that the characters have to kind of, formulate their bond, whatnot, and stuff. They have to go through the beginning little parts of the little arcs that are, you watch them and stuff. You're kind of like, all right, I get it. They got to find a kind of common goal. But then once you have the crew established, once you get to a certain arc, once certain things happen, then you're in. It's kind of like, whoa, okay. And then that's when I feel like the story elevates. The interest really, goes in, like really, like, you get really excited.
You get invested.
And exactly. And then that's when from then on, it's like, the journey, really begins for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm
I'll
invested.
just say this. There's a reason why One Piece not only broke the internet once, but twice in a month.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 separate weeks. 1 week, they had a hiatus week where they just did a little filler episode, and then they did a second episode. And those 2 episodes, first episode came out, most watched media and internet on the internet. Like, it broke Crunchyroll. Second episode came out, same thing. It toppled the first one, became the most watched anime episode or piece of media.
Got a huge fandom, for sure. So,
Yeah.
what's
And
For how long it's been going, it better.
August 7th, baby.
August 7th is...
We get the climax to our current
something
art.
that you have been looking.
I'm not
forward
gonna
to.
say it straight out for
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
haven't seen it, who do want to
It's
see
stuff
it.
that people have been looking forward to, but it's also been kind of spoiled through.
Yeah, a
social
lot of
media and
people in the
whatnot.
One Piece
Yeah.
community have been spoiled about it, and they know what's coming. Like, I read the manga, I knew it was coming, but we're getting it animated, and they partnered up with Warner Brothers for it.
Oh, cool.
So-
all right,
cool.
big things for One Piece. There we go. All right, so we got any more responses, Lex?
Yes, we have from the show I Am Storm, also known as Heise,
Yes.
on here on Twitch. Says Luffy, because it's the one.
So
One
Luffy.
Piece.
All right. We can go ahead and talk about that. Do we have any more responses?
We also have friend of the show, Bobby7.
Yeah.
Says, Usopp, sharpshooter for them napes.
That's a good point.
And then we have another viewer named Hater Xenon says, none, in all caps.
None.
Damn, haters.
Interesting.
His username is Hater.
That is true.
But the thing is, though, is I mean, I respect the none part because it's like, you know,
It takes away.
there's exactly. You know?
It kind of
So,
changes the story.
There you go. Well, there you go. So, Josh that is Josh.
me.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, yeah.
But I respect that, Joe. I respect it because you want to go ahead and keep,
It's
you know,
true to the
something
story.
out of an awesome thing, you know,
Yeah.
keep them separate, which is, again,
Not all ingredients are good
Yeah.
with mix.
well, so I want to go ahead and talk about, what, we got a few responses actually through the DMs, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
so.
also have one more here.
Okay, awesome. So before we get into any analysis, I'm sorry, we can go ahead and continue getting the responses.
Last of the Q&A responses, not counting the DMs, we also have username KillaKane26 says Zoro would make mincemeat out of Titans and Aaron wouldn't stand a chance.
Damn, all right. This is kind
Okay.
of perfect because look what Kyron just said.
I know, I was going to say,
I think
Kyra
that's
just
what it would
literally... Zoro is
Yeah.
Levi on steroids.
Yeah. The thing though is that, I mean, people who watch know Zoro, they know that he would need to be directed by a squad.
Yeah, he'd get
he
lost.
would get lost for sure.
Oh, so many times.
And then through DM, we have another response from user Mary Dunn saying Zoro because he would easily slice up any Titan. LOL.
All right.
He
Zoro love.
he and Levi would be buds too. I think simply based off work ethic.
Ooh, they'd be
And-
buds, but also they would be like rivals because, you know, in terms of
Friendly
matching Levi's
competition?
ability to go ahead and slice and, you know, just pretty much, you know, that the Levi's method of being able to kill Titans.
Imagine
Yeah.
Zoro. Well, I mean, Zoro does have spin moves.
Yeah. So that's the thing what's cool is that, I mean,
Anything for freedom. Let's go.
that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and that is.
But I think it'd be a good friendly rivalry.
I could definitely see Levi making sure Zoro doesn't get lost.
See, Levi would be Zoro's new Sanji.
Literally, I could literally see Levi being like, hey, Ma said you're going the wrong way.
Yeah, and then you would have, you know, like Zoro responding, calling him like a runt or something, you know? In
Short stack,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
all right.
Alrighty. So we'll see you soon. But all right, very cool. Do we have?
That is everything.
Okay. So I
Of
want to
the
go and talk
Q&A.
about it. Okay, starting with Jacob, talking about Heisei. Mentioned Luffy, and Luffy I think would be an interesting character, but in terms of AOT, I hate to say it. I'm sorry, Luffy, but I just think you're just too stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Luffy would just
See
be
the Colossal
having
Titan
fun
and
with
be
these
like,
Colossal
"Let's
Titans.
go!"
He'd be trying to go and ride the Colossal Titans. I mean, not the Colossal. Oh, he'd be probably
And
the Colossal
he
too,
would
but
ride the,
Yeah.
he'd
he
ride
would
all
try to go
Titans.
ahead and like ride all the Titans and stuff. You know, can you imagine if you see the car Titan and be like, "Oh my god, that looks so cool," and he'll go out there and try to chase the stupid thing. You know?
No, you know what Luffy would do? I could see Luffy on the wall pointing at the Colossal Titan being like, join my crew.
Yeah, exactly. And they'd be like, "Crew? What crew?" It's like, "Oh shoot, that's right, my crew's not here." You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
I'm not a pirate.
But the thing is like Luffy would go ahead and be so naive to really what these Titans and what they're capable of doing, and then he'll just find himself stuck in some situation. You know, he'll end up getting, you know,
He'd be Aaron. He'd need to be saved.
yeah,
a
he'll
million
need to be
times
saved.
over.
You know, I don't know if he'd be eaten. You know, I don't want to think
I don't
Luffy
think
would go
Luffy
ahead and
would
get down to
get
that. But what happens if they go to the sea, he gets into the water, next thing you know, you see him start freaking floating away because
Yeah.
he's panicking or whatever and stuff, you know?
Oh, he sees. Where'd Luffy go?
Everyone's-
Oh,
Everyone's main goal is to find the sea, to go to the sea, and he's like, I'm good.
Yeah, well, technically, Luffy's goal is to go to the sea as well. I mean, he wants to be a pirate, you know, but it's
Yeah.
just the devil for himself. It's just
He's a
like, you
pirate.
know,
Can't
yeah.
swim.
Can't swim. But interesting. And then with Usopp, right? Usopp was from
Bobby
from Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah. I mean, Usopp is again marksman, being credible, but I think he's just too afraid. I think he would be petrified.
Oh, 100%.
And with Usopp, what makes him brave and what gives him the ability, I think, to like fight is fighting alongside
His crew.
And I think it's different because one, I know Usopp's not joining the scouts.
Oh,
You know? He's going to be an MP or something.
Yeah.
You know, and then when shit hits the fan, MPs are going to act MPs, and they're not going to have that kind of like that fire that the Straw Hats have.
With someone like, I'm going that way.
Yeah. And, you know, Usopp has the capabilities of protecting himself and others, you know, again, with him being a marksman, but being the sniper king.
Now imagine how cool it would be, though, if Usopp was the Beast Titan. How deadly that would be.
Yeah. But what would he turn into? What kind of animal?
Yeah, beast.
Is there anything in terms of? Is there anything to his?
Is there an animal that like
history
flings things?
I don't know.
Other than a monkey?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like some sort of like what we see from Usopp and his kind of backstory. If there's any specific kind of animal that comes to mind. For me, there isn't.
A goat?
But
for the Mary?
Yeah, I guess. There you go. He become a giant beast titan that is the going.
Imagine he's a goat, but he has his horns, and he uses his horns as like a.
It's like a slingshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I don't know. I think Usopp. I don't know. A giant slingshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, and then. I'm trying to think, like, Zoro is a great choice. Great choice.
Zoro is the obvious.
You know? But I can't help but think that Frankie would be a good person to have in AOT because of his ability to go ahead and build and to create and to fabricate and to even fight and all that, you know? And I think that's kind of what you want in somebody who's going to go ahead and join this AOT they want, like, universe. You want somebody who is going to be able to contribute not just in battle, but also in the future and in creating and stuff, you know? Think of the ODM.
Yeah.
Real quick, think of how advanced the ODM gear would be if Frankie had his mind and be able to get his hands on that thing. Oh, you know, they wouldn't have ODM gear. They would have freaking ODM suits. Like,
and they'd have cannons on the suits.
Yeah, like, just think about it. Like, I think Frankie would be an awesome character, and that's the character that I thought of.
Now, based off of that, who do you think would win in a fight?
Between?
Battle Frankie, the big mech.
Yeah.
Or the Armor Titan.
Armor Titan.
Yeah?
Yeah. I haven't seen that suit in its full glory, to be honest.
That is true.
So,
that is true.
I don't know what to expect with that. I mean, I recently going back and watching Triller Bark. They do that stupid little thing where they try to go ahead and they're hyping it up to where they're gonna become this giant mega robot thing, and it's really just them standing on top of each other.
Yes.
Like he has
when they do the
Usopp
stupid Power
freaking
Rangers
stupid
thing.
little like as a sword. He's just holding on to Frankie's
Usopp's
forearm.
literally just holding
Chopper's
his arm.
over on his head as like a helmet. You have Sanji's holding one leg and Zoro's holding the other and stuff. And they're like, huh? What are you? And then obviously I'm wearing Nico Robin. They're like, what are you doing, Nico Robin? Come on, you need to be the last piece of our, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
We need the left arm.
Yeah. And then Robin's just like, no, don't ever ask me to do that ever again. You guys look so foolish. I have too much pride to go ahead and do that. I'd rather die. And I'm like, okay.
Robin roasts them and they're just like,
oh. And then that's when Sanji and Zoro realize, oh, fuck, I look so stupid right now. But anyway, so I think that...
okay, based on what I've seen, I think
Ginyu pose?
Yes. The Ginyu, like, head between legs.
Yeah.
I think Battle Frankie Colossal would, or not Colossal, Armor would be...
It'd be an awesome battle.
I don't know who would win,
but just off of my first initial thought, I mean Armored. I think But
yeah, Heisei agrees with you. I think Armored.
Unless Reina's having a weird, off day and stuff, and he just mentally not there. And he just wants to die. Then I guess maybe Frankie. But
yeah, no, but mine would definitely be. Mine would be Zoro.
Zoro.
I just thought about what if Chopper got his hands on some Titan serum.
The thing too is that Chopper would be fine against the Titans because the Titans aren't going to go after Chopper because Chopper himself is like a reindeer.
Yeah.
And they don't eat animals.
Well, he has the human fruit.
No.
He is part human. But I feel like if Chopper got his hands on some Titan serum, he could do some serious scientific work on it.
True. And plus, he himself can turn into his own Beast Titan.
Yeah.
So, very, very cool. All right, do you have an option?
I don't have any opinion on this at all.
You agree with...
I've literally just been sitting here like watching tennis.
You agree with Josh,
back
you
and
agree
forth.
with Eddie, right? No response, and if I would choose, none.
Yeah, I agree with Eddie for sure. I haven't seen Azari.
Alrighty, so thank you guys so much for the responses, and it's just a fun little different Q&A we had because the OVA episode was a lot of One Piece talk. One Piece talk is it's popular right now because of all the different One Piece episodes that are coming out. You talk about how they're going in there. They're finally gonna go ahead and show what a lot of people, One Piece fans, have been waiting for, and obviously One Piece live action has been a big topic of conversation. So, but thank you guys so much for the responses.
Super.
Yeah. And now we got a poll question to go ahead and find out what the results are.
For the poll we asked you guys last week, we asked which season of AOT is your favorite so far.
Ooh, interesting.
So keyword so far.
So far, because we know that season 4 is still ongoing. We have a last part to go ahead and see how the story itself ends. So that could
possibly anime original ending.
Yeah, and that could possibly also affect your results here.
The voting.
For those who voted season 4, if it ends in a way you don't like it, then that means that probably won't be your favorite season anymore. So
Very true.
But yeah, this is a question actually that Zach came up with, and it was a really awesome question, and something that we obviously hadn't asked and really focused on the seasons themselves, and all that, and so I'm interested to see how the results are.
Yeah, so again, starting in normal fashion from least voted to most voted, we have at least voted with 9% of votes, season 1.
Season 1, wow.
Yeah.
That one caught me off guard.
Yeah,
Wow.
same.
Interesting. Okay.
And then next is at 17%, season 2.
Okay. Is it going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4?
And then next with 31% is season 4.
Whoa! Season 4.
Which means that top vote getter with 43% is season 3.
Season 3. All right.
Which is great because that's the one we're covering.
Very awesome. All right. Well, for those that are joining us here live in chat, if you guys want to go ahead and say how you voted and why, I mean, we would love to go ahead and get more insight. But let's talk about it a little bit because starting with season 1 being the least vote getter with 9% you said?
9%.
Now that's kind of interesting.
I thought that was going to be second place.
Yeah, because season 1 we know jumps right out of the gate, right?
Episode 1 of season 1 is
when it came out,
amazing.
It was one of the biggest things people talked about.
Yeah, and I will admit that there is a period of where you get a couple episodes where it's like, all right, when are we going to get back to the action? Because we get again, kind of how I described with One Piece, you get introduced to characters, they have to kind of have a common kind of agenda, and you get introduced to all these different characters, and you got the training arc and stuff, and so I understand that, but it's just season 1, obviously very nostalgic.
Yes,
right.
Definitely.
Again, you mentioned
and
that first
the
episode,
yeah,
right. But then there's very, very key moments like season 1, episode 1. We know Aaron's motivation. We know why he's fighting. We know why he hates those Titans because his mom immediately is taken from his life. And then you have moments too, like later on in the season where we have we find out the whole Ackerman ability from Mikasa and her backstory, and that unfortunate tragedy, what happened with her family and stuff, and then what bonds her and Aaron together, because Aaron himself, as such a young kid, went out of his way to go and protect her, unlocked her ability and her potential. Then you got moments where literally our main character gets ripped away from us because he is killed, he's eaten. And then you get that reveal of when he arises and he saves Mikasa. You get such iconic moments, and then you got him sealing the breach, with that boulder, and it's like, whoa, that's incredible. And that's 9%?
Yeah.
Wow.
That just shows how great Attack on Titan is at their writing.
Yeah. I love it. We got our friends chiming in. Kyron says season 4 definitely the GOAT. And you got Heist saying 4 because Aaron needs to be the ruler. He is now kind of, I know, the ending of AOT, as sad as it is, the hero turning into a war hero, quoted by Flock. AOT season 4 is good. Just remove Mikasa, Armin, Gabi, and then we are good. Whoa! Those are fighting words there. Those are fighting words. I know you want to
understand Gabi.
Yeah,
but I know
Gabi,
the thing
we
is,
can remove Gabi.
Obviously, here Jacob wants to get rid of the sentimental attachments to Aaron because he wants Aaron to be that war god, But hey,
he wants another Kratos.
Aaron needs his conscience. He needs his Jiminy Cricket. He needs his Armin.
He said season 4 because that's the season where Flock dies.
I know. Wow.
Good. As it should be.
Interesting. Okay, so now we got to talk about season 2. Okay, season 2 is the shorter season. We know that's probably what, only in the teens, late teens or what, or is it only like
Yeah, it's like
16 or so?
Going no.
16.
But yeah, it's just season 2. It's for me, to be honest, thinking right now, season 2. What do we have? Like,
I'm trying to think
Female
of
Titan.
what's going on? That's right, the female Titan arc. Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, because
That's it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. That's the season.
but we get a lot of devastation, a lot of
But
destruction.
even then, isn't the female Titan arc in season at the end of season 1 too? Or is that just season 2? Am I remembering it wrong?
I
remember
think
season
the female
1.
Titan is just season 2, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does season 1 end?
Season 1 ends, I think, with is it with the breach? With sealing the breach?
I'm pretty sure season 1 is finished
Oh.
with sealing the breach.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that's what it is. And then
okay. I don't know why I remember it ending in the female Titan arc.
Because it feels like,
Maybe it's because season 2 was so short. I thought it
Yes.
was just an extension of season 1.
yeah, no, because there's not a lot going on. So you're just like, oh, it's just season 1, part 2.
yeah.
Forgive my brain.
But if I'm thinking about it, I mean, for me personally, I think that I would have season 1 ahead of season 2.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
I was
I'm
like,
surprised
wait,
that season 2 got so
ends.
much.
Does season 2 end with?
Season 2 ends with
It
like
ends
the
with
fight.
with
The crystallization
with
of-
Stohess being destroyed and all that, and then it ends. Remember, they
She
see the
sits
Titan
on
in
those
the
people
wall.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, and that's when we got Pastor Nick is like don't let the sun hit the wall, whatever and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
3 is long when I think about
Yeah,
it.
season 3, because that's when we get into the governmental arc of it and stuff, the collusion, the fake,
Well,
you know,
we
king
get
and
so
stuff.
much in
It's
season
a lot of
3.
government in season
We
3.
get to
We
the
get
meat and the potatoes of the episode, man. We get when
Birdie,
we're going
we
back.
Get Rhina, we get
We're going back to
Ymir.
Shiganshina.
Yeah.
You know, and all that.
We
Great
have the
point
cell-
too.
We get the
Yeah.
Beast Titan fight.
Season
in
3
season
is
3.
so good.
So
But damn, you know what? I think
season 3 is beefy.
I think the results are correct, except for we got to swap 2 and 1 in my
Yeah.
eyes.
No,
Same, I
in
agree.
in my opinion, if I were to rank it, now I voted for season 3. That's my favorite season.
Yeah, it's
Like you
good.
said, it's the meat and potatoes. It's chunky. It's got all the good shit in it. Then I would put season 1.
Season 1, second to last, so it'd be
Second.
No,
runner
second.
up.
Season 1 second.
So
Yeah.
okay.
And then season 4 is in third for me
Third,
right
and
now.
then season 2
season
is-
Season 2
is
would
last
be at the
place.
bottom.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think for me right now, I have season 4 up there because it's so fresh, you know, we're getting all these, you know, it's just, again, I like the whole aspect of perspectives changing, and then the person you're rooting for ends up kind of getting colluded with selfish thoughts, and then, you know, now you kind of had that mindset, like, am I rooting for the villain?
Yeah.
For me,
You know,
it's just
my
season
favorite
4
actor.
is
You guys
on the
know how I
back
love my
burner
villains.
until I know the ending.
That's the thing, is as I mentioned, it's like, this is so far, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
very purposeful choice of words. And for all I know, if season 4 ends in a devastating fashion, and it could go ahead and drop to second for me, and then I'll have season 3 up there. But for me, I have currently 4, 3, I guess
1, 2.
Yeah, 4, 3, 1, 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would have 3, 4, 1, 2.
Okay. Yeah. And again, it's 3 is very close. You know, because when I think about it, I mean, obviously 3, perfect way. It's just the meat and potatoes, because you have
Yeah.
what really fucks Aaron up.
Yeah.
you know
We
what
get
we
all
get in
those
season
memories.
3?
We get the Grisha backstory. We get like the moment when he sees those, you know, the future moments of how things are going to transpire in season 4. You know, when he goes and he kisses Historia's hand. You know, obviously Historia has a great arc as well. So much incredible, you know, just character development. The whole Ymir thing. We know that's my biggest pet peeve with the story.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
is Ymir's decision. So many good things, but like I said, I just can't
AJ.
take away from the fact of, how can I even forget the fucking moment where the choice Armin or
I literally
Irvin,
was about to say that.
literally,
I was gonna be
you
like,
know,
what about
I
her
forget
screaming
that.
at the
4
TV?
words. Damn you traitor!
You know, yeah, and
We get all the good shit in season 3.
yeah, season 3, there's a lot of iconic moments for sure, and I think with season 4, I'm just, like I said, that whole aspect of it, how everything changes and stuff, you know, and just like, fuck, you know what? I might just change it right now because now I'm thinking about it. Like, I got my guy Armin, but Armin's been pissing me off. Gabi's in season 4, you know, and stuff. And like, man, that's tough.
Do it.
I think what it is for me,
gonna
it's
agree
a
with
flip
me?
of the coin at this very current moment. So, do you want to go ahead and flip a coin? You got a coin on you?
So, what are your terms?
What do you mean by terms?
It's like, which side is season 3, which side is season 4?
Right now, it's just slight edge season 4, just because I think the anticipation, you know,
what
and
am
I'm
I flipping the
excited
coin
for it and
for?
stuff. And I don't know. I was gonna say for me, it's like 3 and 4 are just like almost interchangeable.
Heads of season 4, tails of season 3.
Season 4 has just
Flip a coin.
it's listening to the music.
Oh. She didn't. Flip a coin.
Heads.
The
Heads.
heads.
Season 4.
So season 4. There we go. All right, but it's
So
that
we're in
close.
agreement. No?
No, you guys
No.
have season
Still at
3.
4.
Me and
3
you are
and
I
close.
said
4.
3 and
3 is
4.
badass.
3 is
Me
badass.
and you have 4 and 1.
And it's sad.
4
4 is
bad.
just badass.
4
You
is
mean,
like...
I think it would be sad for you, Heise, because Lexi mentioned you lose Flock in season 4.
Yeah.
No
So
one really
is
cares.
that not sad for you?
I know. Do you
That's
not?
badass.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the
it
way
is
he went
really
out with the...
tough, you know.
That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
He went out with a bang.
Literally. Literally.
But yeah,
Dude,
that is
we
everything.
Lose characters too. My goodness gracious, over in season 4, you know, obviously we're gonna lose characters, but I can't help but think about, you know, a certain one-eyed character.
Do we not in season 3?
We do, but I mean, I think for me
Certain
it's
one.
like
We do in every episode, I feel like.
yeah, but I mean, it's just like
Even in every
you get an
hour-long
awesome
special
moment,
season
an awesome
4.
moment that touches my heart too, and it's just like when you have like you see what's kind of after in the afterlife, you know, and stuff, and
That's
that
what's
was really really
comforting.
cool. I really loved that a lot,
Same. I hope we see some more of that.
but
Oh, we have to.
yeah, they can't just show us that and then just
And then be
"Alright,
like,
that's it,"
what?
you know?
Where's
It's
everyone else
gone
meeting
forever.
Yeah,
up? But yeah, that is...
that is
hold
the
on.
Q&A, and
I
that
might have
is the
DMs
poll.
about it, possibly.
Is that it? Is that it? Dun, dun, dun. As much as Flock's death is sad, he was just getting used by Aaron. Yeah, Aaron was using a lot of people. So Flock
Literally
was just
everybody.
one of the many pawns that Aaron had.
Aaron was using everybody.
Like the fact that Aaron literally went back as far back as like using Aaron Kruger, using his father Grisha, just to go ahead and one, be able to force these characters to pass down this ability to whoever it eventually will get to Aaron, you know, and then that's when all hell breaks loose. And, yeah.
Josh also DM'd saying 4 is the best. I can't wait for y'all to cover it.
Yeah. I
So-
can't wait for us to go and talk about it too. But we have
Knowing that he voted 4.
we have iconic moments to go and talk about. Fuck. Season 3 too, you have freaking Levi against the Beast Titan.
Let's change a vote.
No, I can't. The coin was already
Who cares what Siri says?
I-
Siri's a liar.
I care
Siri
a
is
lot,
the FBI.
guys. If you guys know me, my favorite movie is her, and I care a lot about what AIs and operative systems have to say. It's the world. It's the world to me. Don't
What
do
season
it
of
again.
AOT is better, season 3 or season 4?
Oh my goodness gracious! They're gonna say season 4 just because it's relevant.
First thing that pops up is season 3 in the wiki search. Just saying.
Controversial, guys. Controversial.
Siri knows. Siri knows what's good.
Exactly my point. Siri knows.
Levi versus
Siri said-
Kenny?
Sevi. Yeah, Sevi.
Levi.
Yeah, that's another great part. But we get that again in season 4. Literally don't. We get to see the end of Kenny in this episode. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I was like,
You guys don't know what this
I
episode
literally
is.
watched it earlier today, AJ.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for your amazing results and feedback. We love it. We love talking about it. As you guys can tell, we're not always on the same page here. But that's what's great about poll questions and Q&As is that we get different flavors. We get different responses, different results.
Yummy.
And it's very cool to go ahead and really just dive into the flavors and understand why we chose that flavor in the first place. All those beautiful flavors. The flavors that Titans crave and the flavors that Sasha
Okay, you're spiraling
thirsts
a little bit.
for, and, you know, it's just that's amazing. It's just awesome, you know. Please grow the beard back. Yeah. You know what? There's a reason why I have the baby face and stuff, you know. Me and Zach got some photos taken recently. We have some aspirations. As you guys can tell from past episodes, we've talked about wanting to pursue getting into some live action stuff, some acting, and we're gonna be doing some practice. You almost dropped it.
I almost did.
Weekly occurrence when Lexi drops her phone. It'll happen at some point in this episode. But anyways, so me and Zach are going to go ahead and continue practicing on how to act. We're currently I don't know, Zach, if you want to go ahead and lift up the volumes 1 through 20 that we have here. But
Jeez, they're heavy.
yeah, it's pretty heavy. But
Big books.
there is a live action My Hero Academia that is going to be, I'm sure, released in probably 3 years. They announced that it's happening.
So cool. Too.
And so me and Zach, we want to get in on that project, and in order to do that, we need to go ahead and get ahead of the game now. So we got headshots taken. We're gonna be doing some practice and trying to act and do some voice work and establish a demo reel. And the goal is to at some point, here's our headshots. Here's a demo reel, and see if you can go ahead and help us out. But the beard will be back, and it'll be back before you know it. I grow facial hair like a crazy
very
fool,
fast.
and
Yeah, same. I just like staying clean shaven for you guys.
yeah, for sure.
I got a crazy mustache.
You know what's crazy? You know who can't grow a beard here in this room?
Huh, I think that would be Zach.
It would definitely be Zach, but it's okay, Zach.
Wait, Lexi can grow a beard?
Yeah, grow a full beard.
she
Yeah,
can.
it's pretty good.
It's kind of scary, actually.
It's called jeans.
Yeah. But interesting comment here from our favorite Jaegerist. Heisa says, me and my best friend always argue why I support mass genocide, aka the rumbling. I say it's good because he's ending all wars. You know what's funny? That's kind of like the Thanos theory, where it's like people realize when they're stuck in traffic, when they're like kind of like, there's a lot of people and they're like, you know what? Maybe Thanos was onto something. Just snap half of the
definitely was.
population away. You know what? Like, it's all dependent on where you live. But here in California, traffic is a pain.
Yeah.
And the same, maybe Thanos was onto something.
It would cut down on emissions. It would cut down on pollution.
Now, Aaron's taking it to a whole other level. When you go in,
Let's just restart.
I'm gonna only
Unplug and plug it back
allow
in.
my island to live so that they are protected from all the other threats out there.
Sounds like something we've heard before.
Which is who?
What?
Tiny mustache.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. That was bad news. Yeah.
It's ironic
sure.
how in
That's
season
off
4
of-
we get introduced to Nazis.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
Aaron has his new. He's like, you know what? These guys are onto something.
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, what?
But Heise's trying to say it's for the betterment of just ending all wars,
Can't have wars if everyone's dead, baby.
Yeah, and guess what? The island of parody, they're gonna have wars within their own island, and what are you gonna do then?
They already had a freaking coup.
Yeah. All right. You guys are awesome. We love talking about mass genocide. No, we don't.
Jeez.
But
Only
okay.
if it's fictional.
So without further ado, Lexi's gonna go ahead and recap us.
Yeah, there's a giant...
What happened last time? What happened in the first part of Ruler of the Walls?
In the first part of Rule of the Walls, we figure out Irvin's plan for the Rod Rice Titan, the giant beetle slug Titan.
Yes.
That is crawling his, quote, Levi's fat ass to the wall.
Yes.
And Irvin's plan is that he's just going to not warn any of the people.
All the people have to act as normal as possible.
Because Hanjay.
Hanjay.
Yeah, my Hanjay.
I don't know why that reminded me of the G-Lie, B-Lie, Gumai, Rat-Eye,
Rat-Eye.
No idea what that
But Hanji expresses with her big brain that I can't talk and think at the same time. That my brain's moving too fast for my mouth.
Very much
that,
what we need to know is that there is a plan.
There is a plan because the Rod Rice Titan is motivated by large groups of people.
It's attracted to large crowds.
Yeah.
And if we end up bringing or having all those people over in the Orvi district and bringing them inside the wall, or I should say closer towards the capital, right? Guess what? Mr.
just
Rod
gonna
Titan
go
is going to go ahead
closer
and
towards the
change
capital.
course and go straight for that crowd. So
Also, there's children.
there's children.
There's children that resemble
beautiful.
first season.
I actually had
Armin, Aaron, and Mikasa.
thought on that. But I'll touch on it when we get there.
Okay, interesting. Like it, and
cannon fire.
and we know that these garrison soldiers have no idea what they're up against, and they have never seen a Titan before. They don't know what an abnormal Titan is, and then they go ahead and
Let
now
alone what they're about to see.
they're
I know they had no idea.
They're just currently
Not educated
following the
at all.
rules of Irvin, despite Irvin being a gambler, and we're gonna see how it plays out. But yeah, so the Rod Titan is very close to the wall, so we see cannon fire. They're trying to go ahead and prevent this Titan from getting to the wall, but we'll find out if it works or not. And we know that Hanji herself, she went and gathered some very crucial items. She calls them very special gifts for
Yeah.
Mr. Rod Rice, and
A very special.
we'll see if Rod Rice likes those gifts. But Aaron is an interesting character because he goes through his emotions. We know that Aaron was very much defeated. He wanted to die in that underground chapel, but now, for whatever reason, he found a new, just lifeline. He has this motivation again, and he realized, oh my gosh, you know, my mother. And now he sees those 3 kids, which, you know, Zach said he's going to go ahead and mention when we get to them in this episode. But he sees them, he realizes that, damn, they're going to go ahead and probably suffer just like we did. And then Armin is the one who tells him, look, like they might end up seeing the same thing that we saw, but the difference is that they have us.
Our garrison soldiers aren't drunk playing pinochle.
Exactly. You know, there is a plan.
We
and
actually
we are
are
here to
prepared.
protect them. And then Aaron decides, fuck, he's right. And he starts beating the shit out of himself.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, what are you doing? Because it was like literally holding him, preventing him, you know, restraining him. And Armin's like, wait, why are you trying to transform right now? Like, it's not time. And Aaron's like, you're being just dramatic. He's like, no, I'm just trying to kill that stupid brat. Hopefully he's dead now. And it's like, bro, come on, main character syndrome, serious.
I
Like, you
know.
kidding me right now?
That's some
Like,
Deku
bro,
vibes.
what?
Like, dude, so dramatic. But you know what? Maybe we'll get a different Aaron in this episode.
Phase, Mom, it's a lifestyle.
But yeah, so that's the recap, guys. And we're gonna go ahead and get into the episode now. Again, this is season 3, episode 9. Ruler of the Walls. This is part 2 of our breakdown and discussion. Hi, so real quick says, I'd want a series after AOT on those other 3 kids, what they experienced. Maybe we can. We talked about potential, spin-offs, and there's some really good ones.
Yeah.
Good ideas. But here we go, guys. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into the episode. Here we go. We continue the episode, and the Rod Titan continues its pursuit as Karsten, that senior garrison soldier that is there, he is preparing his soldiers for another attack. He says, "The enemy is moving! Adjust your aim! Our target is the back of its neck!" We see the garrison soldiers of Orvu district. They're on top of the wall. This wall is Walsina. They aim their cannons directly below, which indicates how close this Rod Titan really is. The soldiers, they all fire, and we see direct impact, causing the Rod Titan to stop momentarily. The soldiers, they don't see movement. There's nothing in the smoke cloud that is caused by this cannon fire. Karsten tells his soldiers, "Well done! We've torn into its flesh. One more volley, and we..." But then Karsten and the soldiers on the wall are immediately interrupted while they are rushed with steam, and they all try to block with their hands and their arms. Connie on the wall, he reacts,
So hot.
and then Levi reacts, "Damn it, that's just our luck. The wind must have shifted." A soldier on the wall panics as they yell out.
What do we do? I can't see, Captain.
And then Captain Karsten responds, "It doesn't matter! The target's right beneath us! Keep shooting!" The soldiers unleash another barrage of cannons. And then they wait. Commander Irvin reacts to the second wave of cannons.
No, wasn't enough.
And then a large Titan hand rises from the smoke and crashes down on the wall as the Rod Titan grabs on for support. People below in the town witness the serious destruction and damage to their wall. And as the Rod Titan looks up, then we see the Rod Titan. He's able to lift himself to his feet using the wall. And then the Rod Titan looks up, and we see the damage that it caused to its face from the constant dragging. The Titan's face resembles a sliced tomato, as it's missing the entire front of the face. We see its brain, the empty eye sockets, no nose, and mouth wide open. It's truly a sight that these young kids, the citizens, the soldiers, they will never forget. And then, as the Titan stands straight up, we can see that it's showing the inside of its chest and stomach too. The intestines, they appear to spill out on top of the wall, causing soldiers to fall off. The intestines, they spill out. And the Rod Titan, you know improvising?
Yeah. Like when you skip
you just kind of have to go with it. You don't have to acknowledge it. We just kind of go with it. I'll find the flow again.
You
I'll
skip
find the
the
flow
entire
again.
part where there's a kid talking and I'm supposed to say it.
Are we having a
and
repeat of the last time where none of us agreed?
and now you're just restating
I got
sentences.
you. Here we go. But yeah,
I was
so
like, are we gonna talk about that?
the Rod Titan roars as we see the intestines and blood spilling off the side of the wall. One of the kids noticing this says with a shaky voice,
It's a Titan.
I'm sure that was a line you were looking forward to.
I was. I love doing
There you
little
go. You love
kids.
doing young boys.
Let's not say that.
You wanted to
I
do the
love
line so
voicing
badly.
children.
There you go. And then, so the citizens, they all scream in horror and they begin running away for their lives. A soldier tries to prevent chaos,
Please, you have to stay calm.
but the soldier gets caught in the crowd of just the panicking citizens. A citizen even responds to the soldier.
Shut up.
And then we see the Rod Titan standing tall, holding onto the wall, and Captain Karsten yells out to his soldiers, "We're falling back! Everyone run!" The soldiers retreat, and we see the Rod Titan tighten its grip, crumbling the top of the wall. Captain Karsten is defeated as he watches, and he reflects. Shit. It's breaking through. The city I grew up in is about to be devastated. But then, a hand grabs his shoulder as he jumps in brief panic. Captain Karsten looks and sees that it's a serious, straight-faced Captain Levi. Levi tells Karsten, "The garrison has done its duty. Let the scouts take it from here." We see Connie and Sasha pouring water all over their bodies. And Armin tells Aaron, as Aaron, we see Aaron stretching. Looks like we're up.
What is the point?
And Aaron agrees, as we see now a way more confident Aaron. As Armin heads to his post, Aaron quickly calls out to him, "Armin, there's one more thing that's different from then. It's not all we'd hoped for, but it's something. Mankind has an ace up its sleeve." Huh? Oh,
He's
confident
so
Aaron.
dramatic.
Literally
We
goes
love
from stupid
Yeah.
to, man, I'm the shit.
Yeah, hey. He literally is just like, all right.
Why? What is
Ready
the
for my
point of
WWE
stretching?
match.
I don't know.
What is the point of him stretching if he's not even using
stretch-
his
I know.
body?
He's stretch your Titans muscles.
Yeah, it's for dramatic effect. He just, he's showing
Literally, all
to
he's
them,
doing is laying in a warm cocoon doing this.
to do this.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we think Rod Rice can see what's going on?
I think he's kind of just in
There's
a
gotta be a
blind rage,
subconscious
He's in a
something.
blind rage and stuff, and I don't think he's in full control over
No,
what's
he's
really
not.
happening.
Then why not just have Aaron transform?
Well, the thing is with him is that obviously we know that the Rod Titan is of massive size, twice the size of the Colossal Titan, right?
Which means
And
his skin is twice the size.
the thing too is just like this Titan himself is not the Colossal Titan, but it does also emit rushes of steam. So it does have that kind of almost instinctual measures to protect itself.
Like survival. He has those survival.
Yeah.
So do you
things,
think he could tell if Aaron was in Titan Form, if Aaron was there based on the steam hitting him?
Do I think that Rod Titan could
I don't think he knows
notice?
that that's Aaron. I think he just knows survival.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm saying is, do you think he would notice another Titan near him?
I think
the
we're
way
gonna
I
get that
see it is-
answer because I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
It'll be
yeah.
the next part of it.
Oh, that's
Yeah. So it's one of those things where the Rod Titan shows its sliced tomato face.
And he's
goes
not
and
able
turns.
to kill him from the outside, which Irvin explains in the next part.
Yeah. So I think it's just a matter of again, just trying to kill this Titan how you would kill other Titans is just the name,
It doesn't-
right?
yeah.
But how do we do that? That's the thing. And then that's when they have literally barrels of gunpowder. You
yeah.
know?
That Mikasa is just
Oh yeah, Mika.
one arming. She's
beast.
just
Absolutely.
she is that girl.
I do want to say one of my favorite scenes is the Raw Titan sitting, like just like this, like but he's like huge frame.
Uh-huh.
Because if you see the scene, like the big like from the sky shot,
When he's like,
and he's like over the wall, but it's like he looks small, but you see his little legs and they're like this, and he's like
He's all
yeah,
propped
because
up.
he's all torso, so his
Yeah.
legs are
literally,
just.
like his stomach is like all the way up to the ceiling. And he's just got these little legs that are like
Yeah.
scunched next to him.
And that's the thing too, is that like literally, as Zach mentioned, that he's not even standing up on his legs. You know,
Dude-
he's kind of
dude's in
propping
a-
himself up, using the wall. Right.
He's
to
in
go
like an
ahead, kind of-
Asian squat.
Yeah, but the thing
Dang.
is that
He's like
he's
literally like
still completely overlooking,
Mm-hmm.
just the wall and stuff.
I just think it's funny.
Crazy.
I think he just looks funny because he's got these little tiny legs that are like fully like brought up.
Yeah.
And they're like a fraction of his torso.
I think that the Rod Rise Titan looks so specifically so gross because of the cannon fire holes that were made into him,
Yeah.
and seeing all of the holes in his body. I don't know if I have trypophobia, but it does bother me when there's an irregular pattern of holes in skin. Like when it's in skin, it does freak me out. It does bother. It just irks me. It's gross, and there's steam coming out of it, and he's like mushy, and it's so. He's the grossest Titan.
Oh yeah, for
There's two
sure.
types of people. There's Lex. There's me who's like,
Yeah, and then like Logical Lex coming in. We haven't had her in a while.
Yeah.
Thinking logically about his anatomy, because this is the first time we get like a really good look at the insides and anatomical position of. I think it's hot. Okay, I say.
yeah. Aisha likes the holes.
I say,
I don't want to know what you want to do with those holes. But so thinking back to Logical Lex, thinking
What's up, Josh?
anatomically.
Welcome back.
this is
We're
the first
talking about
time
the tomato phase
that we
Titan
see-
Rod Rice.
Yeah, welcome back. This is the first time that we really see like a whole anatomical view of the inside of a Titan.
Yeah.
Like we could tell that he has full facial muscles, he has a tongue, he has full on like facially his muscles look anatomically similar to a human.
Yeah.
But then you see his insides and it's like there's not really like there's something that looks similar to a heart. There's something that looks similar to like a diaphragm. He's got ribs, but what spills out of his stomach is just like this big sack.
Yeah.
Like it's not like
It must be the sack of where the people go and they just kind of like essentially become
Yeah.
stew.
Yeah, like
you know?
that's-
that's
Think
what I'm
back to
guessing.
season
because
one.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no not reproductive, but there's no like urination. There's no bladder.
Yeah,
there's
they don't-
no.
It's
he
just
doesn't-
an
They don't
intestine.
doesn't-
defecate, they don't
there's-
pee. All they do is
Yeah.
regurgitate,
There's no
stuff.
intestines for anything
Yeah.
to like go through, and there's no process. It's just a big blob.
It's just throat down to just this steaming,
this like,
weird
soggy, blown up
stew
balloon
sack of just bodily
of just-
fluid.
Giant water
yeah,
balloon.
Yeah.
pretty much. And that's what I'm guessing. I mean, obviously we know, but that's where the people that Titans eat just
Yeah.
sit in until they eventually get regurgitated.
So that's
up.
what spills over the wall, right?
Yeah.
Is just that
So
weird
then,
sack.
is the sack there loose then, or do you think he dragged himself across enough to like sever like the esophagus to like?
he for
detach it?
sure just
Well,
through
no, I
dragging
think
his
it's
body.
still. I think it's still attached, but I think it's just like, 'cause you have
Just
like
spill it,
25 feet of intestine in your stomach.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure it's just like nothing's holding it in, so it can just spew out.
Yeah. So then, okay. So if it's still, I was gonna ask, like, then if you were to eat someone, I mean, given eating is not really a thing you could do right now because he's kind of just
You
half
just-
of his face. If he were to swallow someone, would they just like come right out?
Well, I
don't
feel
know.
like they'd have to slice
Because he
open.
can't chew. They get swallowed whole.
I mean, he has teeth.
He does have teeth.
Yeah, but it.
He's got some grinders.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
he can chew a little bit, but it's
Yeah.
not like he can really. He would have to use his tongue to move them around.
I
to
want
keep
Lex.
them
I
in.
want you to answer this question from Josh.
If a scout is swallowed with his gear, could they cut their way out? I wonder if that's ever happened. I feel like they could because it is softer tissue inside of you. Or inside of a Titan than it is on the outside. So, like, if they get swallowed, just
That's what I was
swallowed
gonna
whole
say.
with their stuff, why don't they just...
I mean-
and you've mentioned that before in, like, really earlier episodes. Like, why has no one ever just, like,
We also
slice?
don't know the effects of what this bodily
I feel
fluid
like-
causes to
Yeah.
the human body and what
If
it
it's
does
anything
to their...
like real stomach acid,
I mean,
you
we
are not
kind of
surviving.
do because we've seen Aaron in there.
But Aaron also
This
is a
looks
Titan
hot.
user, so he's able to regenerate. And even though he
Yeah.
wasn't
I feel like Aaron's
able
a
to
bad
go
example.
ahead and
But we did see other people's like limbs and stuff that were eaten
They
before.
didn't disintegrate immediately. They
Yeah.
were just like boiling.
So like I feel like
I don't think it's like a stomach acid. It's more of like a boiling
I feel like it's
blood.
like body heat from the Titan is what kills you because it's so hot in there. Like it's so unbelievable. It's like
Or-
sitting in a
yeah,
sauna to the
what
point
Josh
where you
says, that
dehydrate.
they would
you know,
suffocate.
it emits and stuff, you know?
I agree. I think that they would also just like suffocate in there.
Yeah, but one thing
It's
I was
also
gonna say
so
too is,
hot.
like you're saying, if the raw Titan did swallow somebody, especially now that that intestine sac has been exposed and it's not trapped with all that heat,
Yeah.
they could easily just and hop right out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting...
So I feel like they shouldn't be as scared of getting eaten by him, but he is also gigantic and just could like
It's just-
squish you.
I feel like the only thing that would kill them automatically is just the insane heat coming off of him.
Yeah, because when you think about it, for anybody who even gets close to any of those Titans that emit, you know,
They
steam,
get like third-degree burns.
yeah,
like that.
exactly. Their bodies are burned at you know, devastating lengths and stuff. And you imagine being inside that Titan and what that
Ugh.
heat does to you. Like you
Yeah.
said, you're literally just boiling
He would
to death,
suffocate.
you know?
I mean, think about Armin.
Yeah, you know? And what happened, exactly, that's the thing.
Pretty crispy. But yeah, we've seen the
It looks like
inside.
the worm from SpongeBob. Chocolate.
Yeah.
I remember back when they invented chocolate.
Yeah.
Or the grandma.
Yeah.
the grandma, the grandma and the daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, young lady. Is your mother home?
What?
And she's literally just skull
What
and
are they
spine.
selling?
She's just skull and spine.
They're selling chocolate,
All
Ma.
they have left.
Yeah.
I remember back when they invented chocolate.
And I hated it.
And then freaking SpongeBob goes on a date with both of them.
What? What did he say?
What do you say? Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting question though. Thank you so much for that, Josh, because it's like, man, when you think about it, it's always nice to kind of like, you know, wander a little bit and have our brain kind of go to those specific kind of questions where, again, they're kind of, you try to think logically, how would they escape or what would happen in this event of this, blah, blah, blah. If has something like this happened before in the anime.
And I think one thing too is why we haven't seen it is because most people who do get eaten aren't just swallowed.
Yeah. Or
Like
with
they
like
are
half their gear.
chomped in half.
Yeah, or they go ahead and literally are grabbed and they're like,
They're
they get
squished
shredded
as
or
they're
squished and stuff,
grabbed.
you know, and all that. Yeah. So,
I feel like the Titans have enough intellect to realize like, okay, we should kill them before we swallow.
yeah.
I want the juice first.
And because the thing is, you know, the bigger ones,
I want the juice.
typically, you know, you're going to go ahead and get swallowed whole by probably the bigger tines. But if you have ones that are the smaller tines, I mean, you know, they're probably just going to pick you to shreds.
Yeah.
Right? Pick you to shreds and go ahead and, you know, just kind
Like
of
a
piece by
kid with
piece,
a
you know, and
gusher.
stuff. Yeah.
I want the gusher.
Shout out to Gushers. Sponsor us, please.
Water.
But yeah, so I do want to say very quickly that, shoot, you know, admirable for these garrison soldiers, again, with no experience, to be really putting up a fight with this Titan who literally is right below them, right there in this wall, you know? Like, even though this captain of his, of the garrison soldiers here in this district, Captain Karsten, even though he was at a loss for words when he first found out about Irvin's plan, and he pleaded and begged, please, we got to go and get these people out of here. He's putting up a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
He's not just tucking his tail between his legs and running. Like this freaking behemoth of a Titan is right there in front of him, and he's still telling him like it doesn't matter. We know where this threat is. It's right there below us. Throw another wave. Fire the cannons. You know. And then even when all hell breaks loose, he's not the first one to run.
Yeah.
His soldiers,
The
unfortunately,
garrison
go ahead.
soldiers have had a serious glow up.
Yeah.
They've come a long way.
You know, like, and
Death will do that to you.
I will say though, will this give you a little bit of peace of mind when we see him? He's here. He's realizing my city, the place I grew up in, is about to get devastated, and you have this little scout just like, hey, all right, good job.
Yeah.
It's our turn.
Time
You
out.
know?
The
Time out.
Levi. I mean,
Time out.
Levi's kind of a celebrity among scouts.
Yeah.
It's like you have the Levi being like,
We got it from here.
we got it from here.
You know?
Good job. You did what you were supposed to do.
You got to think that your mind would at least be from like, oh my God, everything's about to, my home is about to be destroyed. To be
Yeah.
like, oh wait, okay.
You know.
Oh, we have
for
people
it.
that actually killed
did
Titans here.
We did our
Yeah.
job.
Go
Oh, okay,
for
we're
it.
fine. We're fine. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
So, Josh, to go ahead and mention, you said, I bet they've never seen a Titan. Yeah, I mean, again, they are in the innermost
They didn't even
wall.
know what
They
an
were in
Endor
Walsina.
was.
That's what I wanted
They
to
haven't.
say too. Imagine how much credit the scouts are given now. Like, especially from the citizens who just saw this Titan.
Yeah.
Who have never seen one before in their lives. And they're like, that's, because that's the only reference they get now. Like, they're like, that's what our scouts face every time they leave the walls.
Like, no, this is the biggest we've seen, actually.
But the scouts, even then, they're just like,
Unfazed, you know, they
Well, because you
prepared,
don't
got a
have time
plan.
to be emotional. You just have
yeah.
to.
So, like, think about, like, all these people who are probably, like, talking shit on the scouts. Like, oh, they just go out
Especially
there.
because the scouts were the threat literally not too long ago. You know, the
Yeah.
government was trying to pin
The whole coup d'etat
you know, yeah.
and yeah.
And you're like, these are the guys that we've been talking shit on this whole time. And
Yeah.
they're literally, they don't give a shit. They're going to stop this
doing our
Yeah.
big
thing.
abomination
or
that we
they're
never
gonna
expected.
die trying.
That too.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, you know, but yeah, they have.
I mean,
not
the
seen
fact that Levi,
Titans.
to answer your question, like the fact that Levi is like, okay, we're up now.
Yeah.
Good job. I'd be like,
Unfazed.
shit, maybe it's not destroyed. Maybe we're good.
Yeah. Josh says this is the battle that led to the scouts having so much popularity and recruits for the Wall Mario mission later. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think that once
100%.
they found out that they were able to go ahead and protect people that are literally, because you know what, if you can protect the powers that be, the fancy people, the royal people, the people that have the best living arrangements here in Walsina, those people who are very powerful are gonna want to
Fund you.
help out, fund you, exactly, and that, right? Unfortunately, it's kind of like, what can you do for me, right? Hey, guess what? We just saved your freaking entire, cushion wall
Yeah.
from getting destroyed by this Titan, who is the largest Titan, the most disgusting Titan that we have ever come across. And this is a freaking ghastly looking dude.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine putting yourself into that moment? You are a soldier, you are one of those scouts, and you see this dude climb up, look up, and you're just pure devastation of a face.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like that's your idea of a Titan
Like that
in
would be.
Walsina.
And again,
To
those
be like,
three
they don't have
kids,
faces.
they're seeing that and they're like, "That's what a Titan is,"
Yeah.
Or as Lexi likes saying,
A Titan?
No, I gave him like an angsty voice.
"Yeah,
It was actually young Bakugo.
there you go." That was young Bakugo, guys. You guys heard it here first.
Titan?
But yeah, so the scouts are gonna take it from here. We see the first initial plan going into effect as we see some of the scouts pouring water over them, because kind of we talked about with
Getting prepared.
with the heat, with being inside. Imagine being eaten by this Titan.
Yeah.
Right. You go ahead and you
Cover yourself some nice cool
yeah,
water.
So they're covering themselves in water to help out with the steam and stuff. And we'll see what that whole plan all entails and stuff. And Aaron is ready. He's
Yeah, dude's
stretching.
stretching
He's
for
doing
some
his
reason.
thing, he's like,
Maybe
"Hey."
his body gets stiff just like being here for a while. I don't know.
But the thing is, it's like, okay, isn't this so? This quote here from Aaron saying, "Armin, there's one more thing that's different. It's not all we'd hoped for, but it's something. Mankind has an ace up its sleeve." Is that not what Armin said?
Yeah, that's
Where he's
literally
like,
what he said.
Where he's like,
It's
but
not the
instead,
same now.
Armin said they have us.
Yeah.
But Aaron wanted to be like, no,
No, they
I'm the
have
ace up the
me."
sleeve. You know what? You're right.
Like,
but,
all right, bro.
There's something different. They have me.
Ego trip has begun.
Like, damn, Aaron.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, all right, main character.
Read the
We get
room,
it.
bro.
We get
Read the
it.
room.
You're the main character. All right.
speaking of reading, what do we got, Zach?
Deku, you damn idiot!
There you go from my set. What did Historia say? I don't like the people that say the scouts don't help. Waste of tax money.
Waste of tax money.
Yeah. Those are again the people who live in Walsina. They're the ones who don't know what the scouts all do. They think that maybe the scouts are who knows, right? Probably just a bunch of arrogant assholes. In reality, we know who the arrogant assholes are.
Yes. We know.
But
We know.
perspectives, you know. Josh says, "Yup," and everyone saw Eren transform and take it down. No wonder there's so many Jaegerists. That's the thing too. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great point. You know what? When you go ahead and you see who's supposed to be, you know, humanity's last hope, actually doing their job and protecting humanity, you're gonna want to go ahead and fight for that person. Fight for that, you know, that Titan, whatever. Right? So
Yeah.
it's a great point.
That being.
All right, so let's continue. So here we go. Speaking of those three kids from the Orvu district, we see them running away in a panic. And as they run away, we see a sudden eruption of light from the top of the wall. They stop to look. And then we see... No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and then just skip me again. All right.
The kid asks...
Wait a second. Another one?
Good job, young Bakugo.
Thanks.
And then we see Eren's Titan roaring on top of the wall. Now we see all the scouts pouring water on them as Armin screams out, "All set, Commander!" And then we see Sasha in control of one of those special gifts that they crafted on one side of the wall. Armin is controlling the other on the opposite side of the wall. Armin and Sasha wait their orders from the commander as we see Irvin raising a flare gun into the air. Irvin yells out to his scouts.
On my mark!
The Rod Titan notices the scouts.
Now!
Irvin fires off a flare high into the sky.
Irvin flies.
You know what is flying though in this scene? His sleeve.
Yeah.
I know. I saw that. I could not stop giggling. I just saw. He literally.
Just...
Hold up. Erwin literally was just.
Yeah. He's got one arm up, right? Strong with the flare, right? And then the other is just the sleeve.
He's just.
Oh, poor Irvin.
Poor guy. Poor big man.
So yeah, but Irvin, he fires off the flare high into the sky. Armin then pulls a trigger that shoots out odium cables from a wagon containing a barrel of gunpowder. Sasha simultaneously does the same. The odium wires connect with each hand of the Rod Titan. Sasha pulls another trigger, signaling the odium rig to accelerate. And then we see the barrel heading for the hand. Sasha, she yells out,
"Take this!"
Then Armin simultaneously does the same. Both barrels connect on impact and crash into pieces, causing the gunpowder to ignite and explode. As both barrels explode, the Rod Titan roars out in pain. The scouts pay close attention as they notice the Titan slowly beginning to stagger. Armin reacts, "All right, it's losing balance!" The Rod Titan slowly falls face first onto the wall, signaling the next step. Irvin yells out and orders,
Eren, do it!
And then we see Eren's Titan running through the smoke behind Irvin, heading straight for the Rod Titan. As Eren's Titan runs to the Rod Titan, we see that Eren's Titan is holding a large sack of barrels filled with gunpowder over his shoulder. The three kids watch. They watch this Titan running towards that giant Titan. And then, in slow motion, the Rod Titan turns its tomato-sliced face towards Eren as Eren runs towards him. And as we see Eren's human form inside his Titan yelling out with pure determination, we go back to hear Levi talking about the plan. So you're saying that to take this Titan down, we're going to stuff gunpowder down its throat and hope that's enough to destroy the nape of the neck? Irvin tells Levi.
That's correct.
Levi responds, with all the heat the bastard's making, I'd expect the gunpowder to ignite without a detonator. Although, a lot of this is banking on the Titan hanging its mouth open. And Irvin explains,
An explosion outside of the nape may not penetrate. The flesh inside its throat is softer, more vulnerable, but the target may protect that point. It's been dragging its face along the ground. Frankly, we don't even know that it has a mouth to open. That's the gamble this time.
And now we see the Rod Titan roaring out as Aaron pursues. Aaron, inside his Titan, says, "I've got you!" Then Aaron's Titan roars and launches the barrels of gunpowder into the mouth cavity. The barrels fly into the mouth, but then they bounce off the tissue wall. And then there's a brief pause as the scouts watch. Then we see Aaron's Titan in front of the mouth watching. And then the barrels erupt. The explosion is so strong that it bubbles up the Rod Titan's body, causing it to burst. And then we see Aaron's Titan trying to shield himself from the flames, but then Aaron is caught in the explosion. There is a large explosion on top of the wall, and we see pieces of the Rod Titan now flying into the sky. Commander Irvin yells out to his scouts,
Go! Deploy your ODM gear and finish it off!
The scouts prepare themselves to finish off the Titan as they use their ODM gear. Irvin explains to us from their meeting.
Gigantic though it is, its vital point is still 1 meter high and 10 centimeters across. Unless we destroy that, it will regenerate and form another shield of heat. We cannot waste this chance.
We see scouts slicing pieces of the Rod Titan falling from the sky. Trying to find the nape, Jean asks,
Where is it? Which one?
And then Jean notices a scout fly by him.
Historia?
We zoom in on the face of a pissed off, determined Historia as we hear Irvin's conversation with Historia.
I understand your reasons, but I can't approve you entering combat.
An adamant Historia tells the commander,
Please, sir, I have to. I finally found my purpose, the duty I was actually meant to fulfill. That's why I'm standing here right now.
Irvin thinks about it and responds,
Well, at any rate, with my body as it is now, I can't exactly stop you, can I?
And now, back to Historia, we see that she has found the nape flying towards Orvu district. She heads for it and says,
I'm sorry, Commander. I know this is selfish, but this is the first time I've stood against my parents.
Historia launches her ODM cables. She launches them towards the nape.
The first fight I've ever had with my father.
Her ODM cables connect with the nape, and then we see Historia launch. We see Historia launch herself towards it. She builds up speed and prepares to deal the finishing blow. Historia yells out a determined yell as we see her slice through the nape. We see Rod Rice react in shock as Historia defeats her father and family trauma. But then Historia gets a rush of memories. We get a flashback of a young Rod Rice in a prison cell yelling out to his father, Father, you have to listen to me. You can easily eradicate the Titans for good. So why? Why won't you just do it? We get another flashback of his brother Udi telling a young Rod Rice, I can handle it, brother. It's fine. Pray for me. We get a flashback of an adult Rod Rice begging to a housekeeper, Alma, the one who will become Historia's biological mother. Alma, you're the only one who understands. We get a flashback of a young Frida as she becomes the founding Titan.
You can leave it to me, Father. I won't lose to the ghosts of our ancestors.
And then we get a point of view shot of Rod Rice looking down at Alma's dead body. Oh, God. And then Historia abruptly opens her eyes as the nape explodes. Rod Rice yells as he is finally put to rest. The citizens of Orvu district stare up in awe, watching, trying to see who the soldier was that killed that Titan. Wow.
Lucky that she spotted the Nate before anyone else did.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
For the plot.
That's the thing, man. You know, it's all part of the plan. Aaron's plan, right? Speaking of Aaron, Heist is trying to recruit a potential fellow Jaegerist
I
as
saw that.
his message to Josh. Yes, screw the scouts, Josh. Join me. Join the Jaegerist. Let's serve our rightful ruler that fights for our freedom.
Starting to sound a little culty. I don't know, man. I don't want to be beheaded.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah.
Bring him down.
All right, but we gotta talk about this moment of the episode because it is crucial, man. It is an impactful moment here for a character that we've been seeing really grow up before our very eyes, right? And that is Historia. Of course, we want to talk about the important moment here in this specific part, and that is when she kills her father.
Yeah.
She goes, as Lexi said, she
My first fight.
thankfully she found
last.
the nape.
Yeah.
First and last, yeah. And she pinpoints it. As I mentioned, she laughs and she launches.
Yeah, she laughed.
She doesn't laugh. That was a typo on my part. But she launches herself and she goes and she strongly slices right through that
Puts
thing.
all of that trauma
here's the thing
behind
that's
that
interesting.
swing.
She goes and she sees the brief, like, flashing of Rod Rice's life, right? Before her eyes. Why?
I don't know if that's like she sees it before her eyes or if it's just dramatic effect to be
I
like
would
what
think the
Rod
same
Rice
thing, too,
sees flashes before
but the
his
fact that
eyes.
she goes and she like she's
Yeah,
waking
it looks
up,
like she's
Yeah.
reacting.
like she's
to
waking
it.
up from like, whoa, you know?
It could also just be that his life is flashing before her eyes because she has heard about his life and she's like envisioning these memories.
Maybe.
She's also seen the memories from Rod Rice showing her.
Well, that's the thing is that
So
she
she
has
could be
through
envisioning
contact,
these.
she has gotten a rush of memories before, so that's why I was thinking maybe this is kind
Another
of the same thing
contact.
happening, you know?
It could be.
But it happened when they contacted Aaron, like the founding Titan, is how they were
Yeah.
able to get them.
Yeah.
So I don't know how.
But again, this Titan also did lick whatever that
that liquid was.
became the Titan, so maybe it's
whoever spinal fluid that was.
yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know, but I'm sorry, Zach, are you gonna go ahead and were you gonna say something about why she
I feel like it was just like you mentioned, the contact, and it could have been like it could have been both. It could have been the contact, and then it could have also been her being like, "Oh, well, this is what I know he's experienced. Like I know he's not all evil, but what he's doing now is wrong."
Yeah.
Like it could be her being like, "These are his intentions, and that's what I hold dear about him, but I can't live with the way he is now."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
and
trying to
the
get
thing
at.
too is that we get a very brief little memory rush of a young Rod Rice having very much the same kind of mindset that a lot of these characters have currently about wanting to eradicate the Titans. But for whatever reason, as we were kind of informed in past episodes, once the person becomes the founder, the mindset changes. And that is with his brother, who we were just kind of introduced to right here, where we've seen him very briefly before in past episodes, but this moment where we see a younger Uri looking to his brother, right? Rod Rice, telling him, "It's okay, brother. I've got it from here," right? Like, I can't remember what the exact quote was, but
But he says, like, I've got it, yeah.
he says, "Pray for me," you know, which is very interesting. And for whatever reason, he changes once he becomes a founding Titan. We know that. For whatever reason, he also drastically ages too, which is very, very
I don't
strange.
know what's going on with that.
But from that first memory, man, like young Rod Rice is literally in a prison cell. You know, like his father's looking at him from outside the prison cell as he's pleading to him, like, "Father, please, please kill the Titans," right? Like, we get a brief look of kind of the
Shitty life
trauma that he had to deal with too, you know,
Yeah.
with his family. And man, but another thing that's interesting too is how that weird relationship that he has with this woman that works on his farm, who ends up becoming Historia's mother. Like, he's telling her that you're the only one that understands. Like, what is that about?
I feel like it's because he would like vent to her and
Yeah.
her being like, please don't fire me and don't kill me. I'm going to agree with everything.
Yeah, maybe that's exactly what it is. Just thought it was very interesting. You know, he obviously cared
I love
about her.
wealth.
Yeah, he obviously cared about her because, you know, in the moment when we see that she gets her throat slit and stuff, she dies.
And
by the hand of
he
Kenny.
is obviously hurt by that.
He's
But
hurt by it, yeah.
I mean, he was just like, yeah, just kill her, just leave Historia, please.
Yeah. Well, he had to choose between one or the other, so
Yeah.
he went for the potential rightful heir, you know?
Yeah, instead of
And,
Alma.
yeah.
Sucks to
Man.
suck, man.
But Historia, she, like, wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
We see her kind of like, whoa, snap out of it, you know? And then, Siri, you're being nosy. But, man, it's very pivotal moment for Historia, right?
Yeah.
Because we know what she's going to become. And we know that she didn't want to go ahead and sit out. She didn't want to go, because Commander
Yeah.
Irvin didn't want her to be a part of this.
Yeah.
'Cause
it was like, we have to protect
You're
you.
we need to protect you. We can't
You're too
allow
valuable.
you. Exactly. She's too valuable. We can't allow you to be out there over in the front lines, because what happens if something happens to you? You know, it's one of those things, right?
I love that after she was fighting and fighting for it, that he was just like, I only got one arm.
He was
I
like,
can't stop
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Kids are kids.
Yeah. Yeah. However,
Like, I only
yeah.
have one arm. I don't know if you can
In
tell,
the
so I
shape
can't
that
stop
I'm
you.
in. Exactly. But man, I like Josh says, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Historia, because she can see Ymir's memories through paper.
Yeah, when the letter.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that letter,
Yeah.
to voicing Ymir one last time.
Is that the final time?
That's the final time we get
Wow,
Ymir's
we don't
voice.
even get Ymir's voice in season 4, huh? Because we don't really get much Historia in season 4. She's prego, and she's just
Not yet.
well, not yet, but in season 4, she's kind of just like, all right.
As of right now, what
this
we've
is
seen,
kind of
we don't
what's
have
happening.
any.
Yeah, I know. As of right
But
now,
that's
we
the
don't get
last
much.
that we
Yeah.
hear of Ymir. Because remember before when it was like, oh yeah, it's the last that we hear, you were like, are you sad that you don't voice her anymore? And I was like, well, I have one more
Yeah.
chance.
One more.
One more, and it's the letter.
Yeah, I better see some tears.
Now I can say the thing that I wanted to talk about earlier.
Yeah, about the kids.
Oh yeah.
Because remember how we talked a while back about if you could change the story? And I
Yeah.
was like, Revolution. Those are the kids I was referring to.
Oh, okay. Ooh, so this is a callback.
So when we were talking about how I was like, oh, like I'd have some kid inherit the Attack Titan.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's the
Oh
kid.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there
yeah.
you go. Okay, yeah. You know
Got
what?
it.
That the timeline really does now, like, paints a picture. Now I'm able to
That
go
makes
ahead and
sense.
see it and stuff. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And they had their Colossal Titan moment, so
Yeah, exactly. They definitely had their Colossal Titan moment, you know?
they're double Colossal. Colossal squared.
But then, how would that affect their, whatever kid inherits it, their motivation and stuff, you know, because they didn't get the devastation that the 3 young kids, Aaron, Armin, and Mikasa
It'd be more of like an idolization.
Okay.
And you'd be like, I remember what he did.
And which Titan are they getting?
Well, the kid in the center, the one that's most like Aaron,
Yeah.
would get the Attack Titan.
Okay, so which
In
means that
reflection
this
of Aaron.
person, this kid, will get the memories, right? Mm-hmm. So then we'll see how this kid deals with all that.
It was
trauma.
not in Aaron's plan,
No.
unless Aaron
Wow,
Kruger just
interesting.
decided to not say that kid's name.
But anyways,
This other
these kids-
kid.
Imagine the other 2 kids are Armin and Mikasa.
I know. They both just are named the same exact thing.
Yeah, I says, why the hell is Aaron a kid in that place with the big tree and everyone is running towards him trying to get Aaron back, you know, when they are all screaming?
Oh, in season 4,
Oh, in season 4?
when in the paths,
Oh.
they're all trying to get to Aaron, and he's a little kid. We'll get to that in season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. That's
We'll get to
another-
that in
I
like
think
a
that
year.
could be just like
Come back next
symbolism,
year.
you know? Like that's
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're probably seeing him, and it could be just, again, perspective. You know, we know season 4 is about perspectives, and then maybe it's kind of just like those characters are hoping that they can go ahead and bring Aaron maybe back to that kind of, to the light a little bit and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
bring him back to
maybe.
that
Who knows?
state.
But we'll get into, exactly as Lexi said,
Yeah.
we'll get into that
The
for
whole
sure.
can of worms.
Yeah. But it's very cool that these 3 kids are able to go ahead and witness something pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously are running for their lives, but they stop when they see another sudden spark of light. This being
And they don't
humanity's
understand.
hope.
Like,
They don't.
that's Aaron. He's on our side. They're just like, what is happening?
And then when they see this Titan that is running towards this larger Titan and you know, essentially
Carrying some
risking
barrels.
it, you know,
He's just
their
like
life.
Donkey Konging these barrels into
Yeah.
his mouth.
But I mean, it made it really seem like in that moment when he throws the sack of barrels, whatever, that it was gonna go ahead and kind of like bounce off and
back
and
to
hit him right in the face, you know. But then they're kind of like, But then they're kind of like, no, actually it did work because we see literally like the freaking slug rod titan just start bubbling up.
I hated that scene.
I know.
That for you, it's the holes. For me, it was that.
Him bubbling.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Bubbling.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So Josh says, I also wonder how Aaron doesn't get blown up as well. Yeah.
I know, that's what I was thinking too, because he's so close to the explosion. Obviously, it's enough to
Could be.
explode.
I mean,
the
we
whole
don't.
Titan.
Maybe we see it, but
It's
later.
plot
But it's
armor.
not. It's not
I feel like
hardening,
for him,
right?
it's just mainly he gets blown off the wall.
Off the wall. Okay. Go for it. But yeah, and we see really what Hanji's plan was about the special gifts, right?
Yeah.
And that is, again, have large barrels of gunpowder over in wagons that have ODM rigs attached to them so that they're going to go ahead and connect and accelerate towards the hand. You know, it's a very well thought out plan, you know, with, again, you need a lot of things to happen in order to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, like what happens if this rod titan doesn't even try to climb up on the wall? What if it tries to just go through the wall, you
That's
know?
why they were talking about in the when they were deliberating. It was like all of this is going off of just hope. Like we're all just banking on something that we don't know if it's gonna happen. We're just really hoping.
Like, there's a lot of
here.
things that need to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like they got lucky that homeboy was dragging his face for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because, yeah, exactly, like you mentioned,
We don't know if
like,
he has a
they're-
mouth
they're
to
talking
open.
about the plan. Commander Irvin himself says, yeah, we don't even know if he's going to have a mouth, you know, and all that. And
Thankfully, he doesn't, which makes it easier.
yeah. And it's very cool of them to, you know, I understand Armin being somebody you can go and trust, but Sasha, wow. Shout out to Sasha. You know, she was the one controlling the barrel on the other side, and, you know, a lot of trust in her to be able to pull off. And
Good job, Sasha.
yeah, so she did it, causing the Titan to actually feel,
She's a sharp shot.
yeah,
I trust her.
but for her to actually, you know, for them to inflict enough damage to cause the rod titan to kind of like recoil and like, you know, feel it and stuff, and even like fall to his face, like,
Oh, it's Aaron with it's Jaeger with a Y.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jaeger.
Jaeger. But man, but again, because like this Titan himself has been inflicting so much damage to himself, you know, with dragging and everything and stuff. You would think that maybe pain is something that doesn't affect this Titan, but no, it's my hands,
Yeah.
ah.
Loses
You know,
balance.
Well, I feel like it's more. His hands got blown up, so
A
he's more
survival thing to be like, don't
The
touch me,
balance
don't touch me.
aspect
Yeah,
of it.
I feel like it's more like the explosion caused him to force his hands up.
Yeah. And maybe it's just the roaring was me interpreting, ow! Maybe it was just like, you know,
Just
blindly
angry
just roaring,
roar.
yeah.
Just yelling. It's not like his actual Rod Rice Titan yell when Historia slices into it.
Yeah.
And it's just like the ah!
yeah.
And it has like reverb.
Exactly. But the plan worked. Huge gamble again on Irvin's part, and awesome character development from Historia. And we're gonna see
Lucky
now.
lefty, baby.
Well, yeah, we're gonna see what becomes of Historia now. I don't think there's anything else we need to go ahead and cover in this part of it.
I like how she says, "My first fight with my father." I think your first fight was when you flipped him on his back.
Yeah.
And he couldn't
Judo
stand
flipped
up.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, because we covered the very brief little rush of memories.
Yeah, everything else is pretty much covered.
All right. So now we're going to go ahead and finish off this episode. Here we go. As chunks of the Titan fly down from the sky, we see Historia. She lands inside a wagon. A citizen reacts. The Titan's been destroyed. Hey, you okay? You're not injured, are you? Citizens and soldiers gather around Historia. Another citizen reacts.
It looked like you dealt the final blow.
Historia, however, wonders to herself.
Was that real? Or did I imagine it? Am I acting for myself? Or am I still just someone's tool?
Historia opens her eyes and slowly gets up.
I don't know. But I've always just gone along with things. Till now, at least.
Historia stands up in the wagon and faces the citizens and soldiers, tall and proud, and tells them all,
It's okay. My name is Historia Rice, and I am your rightful queen.
The scene, however, changes now to a damaged open field of land and trees. We notice a badly damaged Kenny limping towards a tree. We see Kenny panting with every step as blood pours from his forehead. Kenny now recalls past events. Founding Titan user Udi explains to a young Kenny, I must apologize, for I cannot die on this day. Udi bows on all fours as Kenny has his gun pointed at him. Udi continues, Please, forgive me. The flashback changes to Kenny speaking to a malnourished, young, sick boy. You're not deaf, are you? Can you hear me or can't you? Got a name? The flashback changes to a member of the church saying to a young Kenny,
Because of that, I'll do anything he needs me to. Are you any different?
as Udi takes the stage in front of members of this church. Kenny recalls a flashback of Caven telling him,
What do I care? It's fine by me.
followed by Caven's last moments as she calls out to Captain Ackerman. Kenny reaches the tree as we see that the right side of his face is severely burned. Kenny detaches the odium gear from his body and rests by the tree. Kenny struggles with his breathing, panting with every breath. Kenny closes his eyes. And then we get a memory of a young Levi, knife in hand, screaming out to an adult citizen. And young Kenny just walks away, hiding in the crowd. Kenny now hears footsteps. Levi notices Kenny. Kenny opens his eyes and notices Levi and another scout with rifles pointed at him. Kenny whispers, shit. Not you again. As he coughs up blood. Levi tells Kenny, found what's left of your squad. It looks like they were crushed in the cave-in. I guess you were the only survivor? Kenny whispers, sure looks that way. Levi notices the rough shape Kenny's in and tells his fellow scouts, report back. I'm fine alone. The scout acknowledges and leaves, and now it's just Levi and Kenny. Levi tells Kenny, between the burns and the blood you've lost, there's nothing that can save you now. But Kenny smirks. Oh, yeah? I wonder. Then Kenny shows something to Levi that causes Levi to gasp. Levi stares as we notice another syringe filled with Titan fluid. To be continued.
Dun dun dun.
Wow. Just when you think Kenny doesn't have any more tricks up his sleeve,
He
guess
always
what?
does.
He can, if he wanted to, become a Titan.
A random.
Unfortunately, he would just become a Titan
Yeah, just
because
a normal
even if he eats
Titan.
Levi, doesn't mean he's
There's no
coming
power.
back to,
Yeah, he's just a Titan.
Yeah.
I just wanted to start off with the little frame of Historia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so lucky that she landed in like this.
She landed in a wagon,
this
literally
wagon with like linen.
linen and cloth. And
Just her literal just still image of her just going.
yeah.
That shit killed me.
Like dragging a PNG on Word.
Literally is what it looked
Was
like.
she just
a PNG.
exhausted from the...
From the one
that was
slice
me.
she did? Two slices?
That was me hitting the mic.
No. Like, was she just exhausted from just the rush of memories that she felt and she caused her to just pass out and fall and stuff?
I think she was just like so emotionally drained that she was just
Probably.
like, am I doing this?
She did just kill her dad.
Did I really?
so-
I know. She kind of just killed her dad.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, again, this is a cool moment. You
And
know,
then she has her main character moment.
exactly.
I am Historia Rice. I like the way that the guy was like, "You okay?"
yeah.
Dude,
Like
that
the
shit
way
made
that
me
he
laugh
says
too.
it is so funny. Because it's such a dramatic moment. It's not like "Are you alright?" It's just a "You okay?"
He's like, are you gonna get up?
Yeah.
Like
And
the
the
way he
other
says
one?
it is so good.
Dude, I don't know. He was literally just like, whoa, you okay? You need help?
But then Historia herself can't even really believe what happened, you know? And she's even like, what? Did I just imagine that? Was that a dream? Like, what's happening? And but she even
Did I
says,
just have a dream about killing my dad?
but she even says here, am I acting for myself?
Yeah.
Like,
I just
that's a whole new
someone's
aspect
tool.
of her, is like she's doing stuff for herself, not she's doing things for others, you know? And
Hopefully, in that afterlife, Ymir's looking down on her like, finally, Jesus!
yeah.
You're finally, or they don't have a Jesus. Finally,
Finally,
Ymir,
come here.
myself. You're acting for yourself. Jeez.
But yeah, this is an incredible moment because as people start gathering, the citizens and soldiers of this district start gathering around her. You know, they saw that she was the one to go out and take out this Titan. She stands up. And again, you know, main character here where she tells them, you know, I am Historia Rice and I am your rightful queen.
What if they were like, what? Who are you?
Okay. Just a kid.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. But then the scene changes where we see again Kenny. Just
Do we know what all of these memories in unison mean, or is he just remembering people that he's
These are just, I
that have been
guess-
close to him in his life?
pivotal moments for him.
I also thought it was
No.
I hope that Levi meant that as a pun when he
Me
says
too.
it
Cave-in?
looks like they were all crushed by the cave-in.
By the cave-in. I know. I saw. I
Cave-in
was like-
died from the
I was like,
caving
bro,
in.
that's fucked up.
I'm like,
dude.
all right.
Like, wow.
He was just thinking about cave-in.
Levi's not normally a jokester, but I was like, I feel like at that point he was like, I got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, as he says,
Like,
the
I got
word
one for you this time.
cave-in. You know, as
They all died from the cave-in.
I feel like those are just his core memories just flashing by.
well, speaking of cave-in, that memory when he sees her, right, and she's just like saying, like,
What do I
oh
care?
yeah, what do I care, right? Is that what her?
I don't
like,
know.
it's a younger
I don't
Kevin.
know what the
You don't get a
scene
whole lot
is
of
referenced
context,
to.
right? It's
It's
just-
just her saying, "What do I care? It's fine by me."
Yeah,
Like, oh, I love that she just always went with my plans.
yeah. I love that she just didn't
I feel
care
like
about
that was
anything.
like that's probably like the moment when he first like brought her on board.
Yeah, probably
Like,
saw
would you like to be my
something and-
second in command?
Yeah,
what do I care?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Tune in next time. Dragon Ball Z.
But yeah, I mean, Kenny's in rough shape. You know, he's just trying to die peacefully. And then, of course, who's going to come back to haunt him before he even dies is Levi. Of all people to go ahead and find him,
Levi was
it's
able to.
Levi.
I'm guessing that this is, some time after the whole Rod Rice.
Yeah,
was
had
because
to.
Levi was there.
He had to get himself out of the cave too.
No.
Yeah.
Levi himself was
What I'm
like.
saying is that
he
Levi
tells
was-
he tells the captain of the garrison, "It's okay, we got it from here," and he immediately just leaves.
and he's like, "I gotta go find
"Okay,
Kenny."
You guys got it from here.
I gotta go meet up with an old friend.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, but this had to have taken place moments after all that, for sure.
I mean, we know that the pacing of Attack on Titan is very quick.
Yeah.
like,
Well, how
in real life.
How far away was it from the wall?
Yonder.
Because it looks more like when everything happened, it looked more like midday, and then that looks more like evening.
Yeah. So it probably was like a couple hours later.
Yeah.
And they just, I mean,
guess that
it
would make
didn't
sense.
look super far away. I mean, it was far-ish.
Well, they obviously
but
went back to the underground.
just
you
to
know,
make sure that,
chapel.
to see if there was anyone left.
Yeah, and
or
because obviously
to-
he's saying that we
The
found what
whole
was left of
paperwork
your
stuff.
team.
And
Yeah.
everyone else is crushed. And somehow Kenny was able to find some more serum. Maybe he saw when everything was all going to hell that he was just like, I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't
look
be
for myself.
surprised if, as he was going through the process of getting ready to, help Aaron transform and do that battle and stuff, that he just very sneakily swiped some stuff from Rod Rice's
definitely,
bag.
'cause we know, we know how Kenny is.
Yeah.
What I want to know is how they checked that whole cave, but they didn't see Kenny trying to get out
Yeah, I don't know.
because he's not
He
that
probably
far
was.
from
He
it.
probably was already out when they were.
I feel like he's
checking
not
it all.
that far from it though.
Do we see a wide shot? I don't remember. Is there a wide shot? We can see how far away he is from.
I can check.
No.
I also think that it's pretty symbolic that they always choose to rest at a
tree.
At like a tree. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Wonder what that's about. But
Someone's on my Crunchyroll.
yeah, so like just some of the memories that he goes and he recalls. You know, he goes and he this Uri guy is going to be very important. I feel like he's going to be very important in the next coming episodes,
Yeah, this
we are
young,
getting
elderly man.
we're getting introduced to him and stuff. But we kind of see that maybe the first interaction, first altercation that they had, where
We
Uri
know that he's
himself, you
important.
know, he's telling him that I'm sorry, I cannot die this day, and you know, young Kenny has his gun pointed at him. But then it seems
use
like
that.
Uri is a very religious person.
Yeah.
You know, because as you mentioned, you know, over in the earlier in this episode, he tells, you know, his younger brother Rod Rice, he tells him to pray for me. And here we kind of see a member of the church talking to Kenny, who actually is Kenny. Surprisingly enough, he is dressed in the same kind of attire that the other church members are wearing.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't really,
Like,
you
looks
know,
like
guess
he's
Kenny would be
he's
a
practicing
religious
some kind
person.
of- yeah.
But then,
But I think he's doing it because someone important.
yeah,
is
exactly.
being
He has an influence over
something.
on Kenny, you know.
Something's
But
happening to Udi.
interesting here from this this member of the church telling this young Kenny that, you know, because of that, I'll do anything he needs me to. Are you any different? We don't know what that is. We don't know what we're implying, you know. And obviously they're willing to help out. And he's asking if, you know, if Kenny's any different. And in that moment, we see Udi literally is like center stage with other church members, essentially kind of like, you know, maybe praising him, maybe, you know,
Yeah.
he's their
Either being
God and
worshipped
stuff
or
and all
being
that.
appointed something,
Yeah.
or we don't really know.
Don't get a whole lot
what the
of
whole
details on
context
that. But then we mentioned he recalls young Caven. Also recalls her last moments as she tries to go after and help her captain, but unfortunately Captain Ackerman witnesses her death. And he also, we see this malnourished child, which is a young Levi.
Which is Levi,
You know.
big head.
Yeah.
And this obviously must be the first time that Kenny Ackerman goes out there and sees Levi.
Yeah.
We know that
You're like, yeah, name,
Levi's
what are you?
mother is Kenny's sister.
Sister. Yeah.
And so when Kenny goes to check up on his sister and she's
kid.
dead, he sees this run of a kid, malnourished kid over there in a fetal position, just kind of on the wall, you know, there. And he asks if, one, are you deaf? Can you hear me? Got a name? And then later on, he sees the same kid in like a freaking psychopathic rage of just getting ready to go ahead and just like
Taught
stab
him everything I know.
stab this, you know, probably maybe just like a merchant or something. Who
Yeah.
knows? You know, somebody who was just trying to
Get by.
Yeah. And then Kenny's got like, all right, I think I'm done kind of being affiliated with this
Little
monster. And then we see him.
I retire from being honorary
Yeah,
dad.
and we see him leaving Levi at such a young age, you know, probably, you know, the next time they go ahead and see each other is when they have their battle and you know, from the rooftops and then in the saloon.
Also, I do have the wide shot. And the trees aren't that far.
Wait, where is Kenny?
Well, he's not on there. But when you look at it, so as it cuts scenes, there's not really another tree in this direction. So it looks like he just went to the first tree he saw.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
yeah,
only
and
looks
just
like
plop
it's
down.
Like 30, 40 yards.
Yeah.
But I'll sweat.
But yeah, Kenny and Levi come face to face again for the last time, and just when Levi thinks that Kenny is done, right? Levi has himself one kind of, you know, scout there for, you know, added assurance there. You know, Levi says he's doesn't really have much left to live, and you can go ahead and go. I'm fine, which we know Levi's fine by himself.
Then he sees a surgeon. He's like, wait, come back, come back.
But yeah, he always has something, right?
Yeah.
Interesting,
gives up.
man.
Yeah. And then we'll find out over the next episode of
Dragon Ball Z.
yeah. All right. Well, that was a pretty eventful episode, no doubt.
Yeah.
What happened? We finally go ahead and see the end of this disgusting Rod Rice Titan Historia.
Some Historia
gets a tremendous
development.
glow up, and she now is the. She's going to be becoming the queen, and she dealt that final blow to her father, and
She killed her dad.
she killed her father, and now we'll find out what the hell happens with Kenny, and why this Udi guy is so damn important. Because he's coming up in memories from Rod Rice and from Kenny, as they are both on. They both were on the brink of death. So, do we have any final thoughts or anything?
We have a question.
Question?
How do you feel about the Red Swan opening?
Red Swan opening.
Yeah.
That
Red Swan is
that
the
the one
opening
that's
for
for-
season
3?
3.
3? Is it the one where it shows almost like Aaron's like kind of like free falling?
Add it to queue.
I get so lost. There's so many openings.
I know. I'm like, I know there's one called Red Swan. But
Oh,
once I hear it, I'll know how it goes.
Here we go. I have it.
So do I.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the one where he's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's not my favorite.
Yeah, but I mean, it is Attack on
Rumbling is
Titan.
better. I agree. Rumbling is better.
Yeah, I do love. Yeah, I don't really hate any of the
Season
opening.
3 outros. I like the outros.
Yeah.
Agree.
I'm excited
The
for more
Historia
when we
themed
get
ones.
to the outro.
Yeah.
I like
The
the
outro.
song, but I don't like.
You don't like
The
the way
opening
it shows
itself.
and stuff, yeah. Yeah. Is that the one where it shows like young Aaron, like he goes and like adult Aaron's or like whatever he's standing there, and the young Aaron's kind of like, hey, he's like tugging on a, and he just goes and like
it's
runs away
like-
or whatever.
It's pretty.
I
Yeah.
don't like the ending of it. Towards the end of it. Yeah.
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 As we get double versions of the song here playing. But
There we go.
Josh likes it. Red Swan is so god, but I do love Rumbling. Yeah, I think for Attack on Titan and what the anime is, just for
needs to
me,
be-
Rumbling just fits better. You know,
Especially
But
for season
Red Swan is a
4.
nice change of pace for sure. You know?
Yeah.
This one's a certified classic. I like the song.
Yeah, it's good.
I will never.
You guys BS
Get
for a
over
little
the
bit.
first
'cause
opening.
I've been having to pee for a while.
Okay.
Ooh, potty break.
Do you want to stay to close, or do you want us to start closing?
No, you final thoughts. Talk about outros.
I don't
Talk
have
about
any more
intros.
thoughts.
Outros. What are your favorite outros?
I'm hungry.
I second that movement.
And that wraps up another episode of
Thanks, guys. Tune in next
Attack
week.
the Talk Podcast Season 3. I'm just going to start reading whatever AJ put down here. Remember, new episodes will be streamed live on Twitch every Sundays. Make sure to follow us at Attack the Talk Podcast on Instagram for all of your updates. And new episodes will be published every Friday on our many platforms. Check the link tree in our. It's in the description wherever you guys are watching it, on YouTube, on Twitch, we have the link tree on all our
Thank you for
descriptions.
making the link tree.
It's made. Oh yeah, I made the link tree, and
I did that. That was me.
I made it. And yeah, it's available on our Instagram profile page. And also, huge shout out to NatePlaysBad, our editor. Go support and
Yeah,
check
baby
out
bro.
this Twitch channel.
Yeah, happy birthday, Marco!
Yeah. Well, we have. Okay.
That too. Yeah, baby bro. Happy 21st, Nate. Happy 18th.
That link is also
Marco.
available in our episode descriptions. And thank you for all of your help, Nate. Thank you.
Love you,
Yes.
You get to do the merch now.
No, you started. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Time for some merch now. Merch talk, as always, in our
Cha-ching,
link tree
cha-ching.
that I made that. In our link tree, we have a link to
So
Collector
humble.
Sesh. That is collector_sesh, where it will take you to their online store. And you can browse through the many different anime merch available and purchase the different items that catch your eye, maybe for your friends, there's a lot of birthdays going on. And they also have a second Instagram at Geeky Statues. That is at Geeky Statues. No space, nothing, just Geeky Statues, all one word, where you can check out all the different character figurines and other assorted merch like keychains, posters, stuff like that. Go crazy. Check all that out. And they're also another merch store, very important merch store, is a Fandomion link in our link tree. Fandomion is another merch store that has all kinds of not only anime, but also has a bunch of pop culture stuff. So there's something there for everyone. And remember, I have a promo code for you guys, for you guys to use at Fandomion. And you guys can use that promo code, which is my name, Lex, Lex. Use that in the Fandomion, and it will help to it'll take 10% off of your entire purchase. Who doesn't love 10% off? Who doesn't love a discount? And then go ahead and click that link in our link tree, and it will send you straight to their online store. Now for thank you, Josh, promo code Lex. Now for some art talk. We love talking about our very creative people that are all in our following and in our community, and we have some very artistic individuals in our chat. So that would also be in our link tree that we have the ArtofCesar link that will send you straight to his Etsy store, and you can browse through his many amazing artwork. We have some here. There's some behind Zach. There's some on the right of AJ that you can't see, but the ones behind Zach are really cool. His Joker and he's displaying it. AJ's displaying it now.
Oh God!
It's happening. ArtofCesar, everyone. Amazing. That's an original. You can browse through his amazing work and purchase the art that catches your eye. And remember to use that link to go follow Caesar as well at art_of_Caesar_ on Instagram. Also, he has a TikTok. Go check out his TikToks. And another talented artist that we have that is another friend of our show who wasn't able to join us is Marco, who also, his birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday, Marco. Happy belated birthday, Marco. He turned 18 yesterday, so he's legal now.
You still get Jump Force.
So huge shout out to Marco. His Instagram is MARC0MAMONE. It's his name. Go ahead and check that out. And see all of his talented art. He has a whole little highlights on his Instagram that you can go ahead and check out that has all of his art in it. Go ahead and check that out. We have some more very creative people in our chat, including Kyron, who is also our TikTok guru. He
Photo God Kyron.
He does photography on Instagram at Portraits by KA. And go ahead and check that out. He does some really cool photography. Another photographer that we just recently had on the podcast last week will be our friend Vince. Wow! Go ahead and follow Vince at Hug Yourself on Instagram. That's HUGYRSELF, I believe.
Yeah, SELF.
Yeah. Go ahead and check him out. And also, we have another creative person known as
this coming episode.
Yeah, you guys are gonna see him this coming Friday.
Let's go, Vince.
We also have another creative, Eddie, friend of the show. Eddie wasn't able to join us today, but he has a YouTube channel with animated music videos. He also does skate videos. He also is an aspiring director and writer, and he also does artwork.
Yeah.
At Art de Juan. That's Art de Juan on Instagram. Go ahead and check all that out. He does art. He does art walks and stuff like that. He's met Caesar. Pretty cool stuff. So that concludes our episode. Thank you all so much for the continuous support. We could sit here for 20 minutes just thanking you guys, talking about how grateful we are. And I actually have a message that I want to go ahead and read out from new friend of the show, Josh. He went ahead and messaged us saying that he just found us on Spotify and that he loves the podcast and he thanks us for getting him through his night shifts. He also says that our voice acting is phenomenal.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's him. I repent. That's him. That's that guy.
That's you.
That's him. Yeah. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and we hope to see you around more often. It's great having you in chat, and join us again next week.
Yeah.
And just to go ahead and be more broader, thanking everyone. please continue spreading the word. You guys are all doing such a good job. We love this little community. You guys are all amazing. Such great energy. We would have nothing if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah.
Like we are, as AJ mentioned earlier in the podcast, you guys are our motivating factor. You guys are the podcast. You guys are what makes the podcast the podcast.
Like, no bullshit, just straight up. You guys are the reason why we're doing this podcast. That's just what it is. You
like
know,
straight
because
up, yeah.
If we were just recording these in a room, in a studio, with no interaction with you guys, we would not be continuing. We would have stopped probably after, midway through season 2.
Yeah. But you guys are really what makes this, and it's what we look forward to every Sunday. We look forward to being able to talk to you guys. You guys look forward to watching us. It's just crazy that you guys look forward to us geeking out about Attack on Titan. But we're all geeks here.
Yeah, let's geek out together.
So yeah, please remember to spread the word, guys. Remember to look out for future Q&As and future poll questions on our Instagram stories. Those are posted on Fridays and Saturdays. Go ahead and check that out. Also, your feedback is needed and very much appreciated. So even if you guys, like we did today, we went into our DMs and looked at if you guys have more opinions to talk about on the poll, stuff that you want to show us, that your reasoning of why you voted for what you voted. We love to see all of that. We love hearing your guys'
While Lexi
What's the
lags,
word?
While Lexi lags, I do want to say that Josh, I love
Not
it.
intel.
Manifestation. Josh says, I can brag and tell people I was here before you guys explode. I can feel it.
Thank you. He could feel it. Like the Rod Rice
end up
Titan.
like Rod Rice Titan.
SpongeBob references too. Where he's like,
I don't want to end up like the Rod Rice Titan.
you were supposed to explode.
Yeah.
You know? And he goes,
like,
oh,
what are you talking
okay.
about?
Gary! You are gonna finish your food and you are gonna like it!
That's so good. You could just, you could
How's
just do
that,
voices. Yeah, I agree, Josh. The voice acting is phenomenal. Good job, AJ. You just have characters just on
Clip
lock.
it. Not kidding.
But yeah, your guys' feedback is very much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys send to us
Yeah,
and show us.
you guys are awesome.
And yeah, you guys are all amazing. So yeah, shout out to you guys who listen to us every week and who join our live streams
Shout out to the
and who
Attack to
also
Talk Levi
watch
squad.
afterwards. Yeah, shout out to all of you. It truly does mean a lot to us, and we could talk about it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we always look forward to these. I don't know what else to say. You guys are just
I just want to
amazing.
say this, guys, that we are in an awesome part here of the podcast, an awesome part of Attack on Titan, because we are going to be getting into some awesome stuff here in season 3, right? So awesome stuff to tune into and to look forward to. And we're also going to be getting the culmination of season 4.
Yeah.
And we'll be here before we know it.
Do you think
Hopefully answer.
that we're gonna make it to the point where we're caught up when part 2 comes?
No.
When is part 2 coming out again?
I think it's supposed to come out in
We're definitely not going to be caught up.
yeah. Because
We will be caught up in 2 years.
yeah.
Is there really that much left in season 3?
Well, keep in mind
We split it up,
splitting them in
and we
half,
still have season
and we
4,
still have all of season
and we still
4,
have that hour.
and we still have that hour.
We are
yeah.
not going to be caught up at
So
all.
there's no way. We're gonna be doing this for a while, my friend.
damn.
For a while.
So hopefully you guys are with us for a couple more years.
Never mind. I checked the episode count. Never mind. We got that.
Yeah,
we got
have
that.
plenty of time, and I hope you guys are gonna be joining us here in this awesome adventure as we go ahead and get into awesome detail and breakdowns with these amazing moments in Attack on Titan. And we love you guys so much. We're gonna go ahead and finally get to a close here. You guys are awesome.
Love
Such
that, Josh.
Kind words.
Thank you so much. I
And
repent.
just we'll leave you guys with this. Just continue to go ahead and spread that love and positivity as we feel here in these podcasts. Do it out there in the real world as well, because we live in a world where there's so much hate, there's so much negativity. Let's do our part of just trying to brighten people's day with a smile. Sometimes it doesn't take much, right? It's hard, I know, but just spread that love and positivity, right? Because we feel it here. You guys are awesome. We love you guys very much. And this is AJ saying, I will see you guys next week. You guys want to go ahead and say your goodbyes, and we'll get to a close here, friend.
Yeah, bye guys. We love you so much. Hope to see you guys next week. You guys are a pleasure to have always. Love you guys and see you around.
We hate, we love.
Bye.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Hugs, kisses.